says.
We are back, folks. I remember what I want to say. Just remember, as always, if you are enjoying tonight's stream, be sure to follow. If you are already following, consider subscribing. Your support helps us keep streaming. Let's start with the recap. When we last left the Prism, they had just ventured into this world's version of the Feywild, into what was left of it, in the land of the Cold Unending.
Yeah.
A world of perpetual cold, as the name might inform you, but also a world of dark vengeance, an unforgiving world, not only in its topography, its environment, but in its denizens. They fought some of the local creatures, a hag, a frost troll hag, and a remoras, were victorious and then interrogated the frost troll hag before letting her leave, in which they were informed that because Mab was the deity of this world, she likely knew they were here. Morgan being the primary servant of Mab, that she also likely knew they were here, and that they discovered they got kind of a rough sketch, and I'm doing the whole recap. I just slipped into it. Is there anything else you like? You all would like? You all take it away. You do it. You do it.
But you're doing so well.
I know, I'm good at it, but I like hearing you all because it makes me know
how much
your
better.
Perspectives.
We got some absolutely delightful lore drops.
Yeah. We did get some lore drops. For instance,
Aster devoured a star.
The star happened to be the one that protected
the land of the
summer forever. And she devoured that star particularly because
the elves happened to make a bad decision and sided with Mordru.
Oh,
Summer elves sided
you hate to see it.
Some of them. I mean, not all of them. I mean, there's...
Matt's like, no, all of them.
Every last one.
Every last one of them.
That's how
So
societies
is
work.
Alric a summer elf? Because betrayal is coming.
He is. He's an Aramir.
I know.
Yeah, he's an Aramir.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, buddy.
We were heading down to the Sorrow Barrows, and we were able to shave a few days off of our trip because some of us can run on snow, and some of us were temporarily able to fly using a hag device, a hag artifact. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you arrived there only to learn that the arresting light was created by devouring the stars that once existed and resided in the void.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Go for
it. Astra informed us that the way that the arresting light was fueled and the way that that Modru was finally actually defeated in so much as he's kept away from the prime material plane now and kind of locked away in that manner. By consuming the stars, the gods of the void. So they're all dead now, and the light that we see is just because it's real bad. We just haven't seen them die yet, because it takes a while for that to get to us.
Because they are so far away.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the light is from dead gods.
Yep.
Yeah.
Upon that revolution
around the stars.
And revelation, they found the ciphers of the First Rites, and Astra began a powerful ritual emitting this bright light that was kind of dimmed as the creatures that they were warned about of the Sorrow Barrows emerged. Horrid monstrosities such as, if you're a Mordenkainen's fan, you'll know them as the Sorrow Sorn, the lonely, the angry, the hungry, things like that.
The slightly perturbed.
Yes. Souls that wandered away from the soul well and became forms of a soul emotion, a vengeful emotion, a destructive impulse that just exist and echo out forever and ever and ever.
It's not great.
It's super not great.
Super
and
not
then
great.
Player question before we run into all the pretty descriptions. Are we still in difficult terrain for everyone?
You would be, at least parts of it. You'll see on the map.
We have water walking still active?
Yeah.
So that was going to be my next question. If we
That'll help with the deep snow. It won't help with rubble and such.
Right.
You're in a graveyard.
Got it. So did, just refresh my memory, because I don't remember if I had declared water walking before we stopped the stream.
You did.
Perfect. Then we all have water walk up, so snow is not a detriment to anyone in our group. Including Astra. I don't think she needs it. But
No, she sure don't. She much like you has a kind of warded nature's ward.
That song, when you're talking about the emotions, it reminds me of the song "Sweet Emotions." Sweet.
I don't know what song that is. Okay, if there's no further ado, I think we will roll initiative.
Yes! I love starting the round just with it. It's great.
boy.
Oh, I'll take that. I'm okay with this.
Which of you is going to screw me the least? Maybe this one?
Oh,
Okay.
buddy.
Yeah.
That's not
Ready, ready,
great.
No.
Okay.
The fuzzies.
Can this count as a dexterity saving throw?
It's an ability check. 25-20.
22.
What's your dex? 14?
Yes.
Okay. 2015.
18.
15-10.
13.
Oh.
Oh no.
Chase.
7.
Wow.
So speedy.
Man, I rolled poorly on initiative, and somehow there you are, just taking up the rear.
Oh boy.
Like I do.
Mm. Anyway, let's
Yeah.
start off the round. Oh, I have to remember ritual.
Oh no. I have to figure out what I'm doing because I'm actually the top of initiative.
Yeah,
this
you might
time.
want to...
So we're protecting Astra from everything while she completes the ritual. That's like primary focus, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Gilly, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to cast Beacon of Hope as my action. With my bonus action, I'm going to put Cloaky out and ask him to fly me up.
Okay.
You want me to roll for Cloaky?
Yeah, go ahead. Just add a 2 to whatever you roll.
16.
Okay. So, 16. Okay.
Yep. And with any movement that I have, I guess right before I put Cloaky out, I'll just kind of duck down behind a gravestone or something. Try to get myself at least a little bit cover from something.
Okay, that works.
That's my turn.
Alrighty.
Everybody has Death Ward up. I'm not Death Ward. I wish I had Death Ward like that. Everyone
Yes,
has
please.
Beacon of Hope up.
Glorious.
So, you know, max healing, all that good shit.
On initiative count 20,
Yeah,
Astra
there
has a success with her ritual. So you see she kind of brings forth this powerful light that stretches into this mausoleum, and it kind of shakes and rattles.
As a reminder, I had given her an inspiration before we had started this up.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yep.
So that's one success.
Good.
Failure.
I don't even like that you said that.
It's a thing. What writing and scripture starts to be revealed on the crypt. Selena.
Okay, what does the sky look like?
It's dark.
It's dark.
Yep. Are you wondering if you're asking there's a storm?
Yes.
There is no storm.
There is no current storm. That is okay. Let's go ahead and because the lightning hurt the others. Yeah, let's go ahead and call lightning. And do
Alrighty.
something big. And so I'm going to stand basically behind Astra, call lightning, and then whichever of these looks bigger and badder, I will strike it with lightning.
The turquoise hungry is the biggest and baddest.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then if it's within 120 feet of me, I'm going to strike it.
Me reading to pull up D&D Beyond.
So the cloud will be right above me, and it's a 60-foot cone around me.
Yeah. Sphere, right?
Yeah.
Looks
Okay.
like big peckish.
Dexterity saving throw.
Alrighty. I just have to pull up their stats real quick.
No problem.
The hungry has a +0 to dex saves.
Oh, buddy.
Rolls an 18.
Damn
So
it.
we'll take half.
My dex is 17.
Yeah.
I saving throw is 17. Not fair.
That sure
Alright.
isn't.
It beat me on initiative.
It sure
It
did.
did. That's okay. I didn't roll great either. So, 12 points of lightning damage.
Alrighty. Half to 6.
Yes.
So the lightning kind of strikes, and it's been a while since you've used this spell.
It's been a while.
And the Fey world itself is kind of wild and untamed, but you feel like you might get a better shot next time. That's your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
So nothing is close enough to me for poison breath or poison spray,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think my other bonus action is a concentration spell, so we're not going to use it yet.
Ready. On Cloaky's turn, they will grapple Gilly and fly you 20 feet up.
Yay! Good.
It is Hungry's turn. Hungry is this kind of almost like a fish-like creature with these really wide, thinned claws and this really gaping jaw. This one is actually bigger than the standard one, maybe a bit stronger. And it just kind of wades over. So you could say this thing is well-fed, but still hungry.
Oh boy.
You can see they're well acclimated to the weather and the realm, so it doesn't really bother them. They're not suffering any kind of difficult terrain or anything. Plants itself next to Selena and Justice.
Oh, neato. Okay.
Opens its big, unhinging jaw.
You hate to see it.
It's going to make 2 attacks. It's going to make a claw attack against you first, Justice. Ooh, it has reach. And
It sure does.
Oh, it's gonna stand there though.
Well, you gotta violate my personal space.
16 to hit you.
That misses.
So it swipes at you with the claw, and then goes to bite you. Actually, I was gonna do 1 and 1, so I'll just stick with it. Bite Selena. Bite at Selena. 17 to hit Selena.
Cutting words.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say it's not my night. I'm 1 off for everything.
1 off.
So my armor
6.
class is 16.
You need 2 or higher now.
6.
Okay, so it goes to bite down on Selena, and Gilly shouts out some cutting words or does something.
That's not a meal. She's a snack.
That's funny. And the creature is temporarily distracted. That is Hungry's turn.
Love you too, honey.
Oh gosh, the marriage canon is back. Sevelius.
All right. So I will go into Blade Song. I'll pull out my sword.
Okay.
I am double checking the range on something, and it is not what I want it to be. So I will. Let's see. I will move up in range of Hungry to counter protect Astra, and take a swap at him with a Boom and Blade.
Alrighty. Beacon of Hope. Beacon of Hope doesn't emit any kind of light, right? It's just
No.
Okay.
It just gives advantages on wisdom saves and death saves and max healing.
All right. What's the attack?
Hold on. Where's my plus 8? 16 plus 8, so that would
Definitely
be
hits.
24.
Definitely hits. Just let me know how much of it is piercing.
Piercing is separate. Okay.
Yep.
I will roll that first. So it is 5 piercing.
Okay. Let's have.
Nice.
The rest is good.
2d. Where's my other d8? Okay. 2d8. And then 1d6 for my force damage because of the blade of the Zir.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. 6, 7, 13.
Oh, I can see this thing now.
18 points of thunder and force, and it is surrounded by booming energy.
Alrighty. So as you step forward and slash into it, you can tell that the darkness kind of clings to its form, and the light that Astra was projecting is kind of shut off, but she's working on emitting more light yet again. And you can see that while in this dim light, the Hungry is resistant to physical attacks. That's your turn?
That is my turn.
Alrighty. Far's turn. The Lonely kind of looks up. And you can see the black ichor of its eye is draining down its face as if it's perpetually weeping. Always crying, never
Yeah, it's not
capable
right.
of satisfying that emptiness.
I didn't know that they
It's
made
super-
me into a character.
Oh, jeez. You mean a
Justice,
lobster?
you see one of their arms kind of they point it and it shoots at you like a harpoon.
Yes!
It has
Yeah.
an advantage on the attack roll.
Is this
Sure
count as a
does.
ranged attack roll?
That's an interesting question. I will double check for you. It's gonna be fine. No. It's a melee.
Yep.
It says it
Of course
right
it
here.
is.
It's his hand. It's a melee. It's a touch attack.
You're
It's
the
a melee
DM.
touch attack.
You're the DM.
Nope, it's a melee.
Fucking
Oh, rolled like shit though. 15.
miss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch it between my hands.
Alrighty. So as you kind of deflect it, catch it temporarily, and it pulls back. It shuffles forward just a little bit.
It's super ungreat.
And which one was that attack? Was that alone or was that fair? Or far?
Far.
Got it.
They're both a little lonely. It's gonna shuffle over to you, and it kind of
Oh no, we are clumped up. This is problematic.
rises up over as it stands on a gravestone. A lone strand. They're basically going together. Can't get to you. Astra is open though. It's gonna actually try to pull Astra away.
Uh-oh.
You see it shoot a harpoon. It needs to step a little bit forward to get advantage on the attacks, which it instinctively does because it's literally its sole ambition.
Violence is its sole vocation.
That misses. Damn. 15 to hit. They cannot roll. Hello? 8 and 3, 8 and 4. All right, good advantage attacks. The harpoon shoots out, and you see Astra duck it just ever so, just barely, by 1, and she, no, by 2. She's a hack. She stands back up, and the harpoon arm falls kind of lazily at the lone side, and it comes back up.
That's so cool.
It's going to 5, 10, 15,
That's a word.
20, 25, 30. It's going to end its turn right there. Because they want to be close to you.
That's right. They sure do.
They real sure do. Justice, it's your turn, buddy.
The one that
Sure
attacked
only.
Astra alone, that one, I'm going to unload my attacks on it.
Okay.
So I do not get any type of advantage, but I do have something within 5 feet, so I can get sneak attack. That is a 23 to hit.
It definitely hits. Goes on alone.
Do you need to know any type of damage?
I need to know bludgeoning, piercing, slashing for all Sorrow Sworn.
So the sneak attack we established before
Is extra damage and is therefore the same damage type of the originating attack.
13. 13 plus 5. 18
These are-
points.
18?
18.
So half the 9.
Yep. And then 4 points of electricity damage.
Yep, 4 points.
Stunning strike.
Okay.
These are great.
Stunning strike.
Yep.
5!
Stunned.
It is stunned.
Nice.
Alright, second attack is on Far.
Okay.
Ooh, that is not going to hit. That's a 13.
Definitely misses.
Alright. Key point, flurry of blows.
Okay. 2 key points.
That is an 18 to hit.
Hits.
This
On
is-
far, I'm guessing, yeah?
Do I need to declare necrotic damage?
No, just the bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Alright, so that is 11 points of bludgeoning
Okay.
and 4 points of necrotic.
Okay.
Stunning strike.
I no longer trust your dice tower. It's a natural 1.
Yeah!
Can't roll worth a shit. Go ahead
And then last
Don't
attack
blame the
roll. I have advantage because it's stunned.
This thing's rigged. Rob made me a dice tower, y'all, and it's rolling like shit. Rigged.
Mine rolled like shit too.
Super suspect.
Mine's really fine.
Super Seuss.
Missed on that attack, so I only hit with half of my attacks, but both of them stunned.
Using one of Rob's dice towers too?
I am.
Love to
we
see
call them mist towers where I come from.
Thanks, Frost, for the fits.
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Frost. Who is that?
Hey, stay frosty.
Yeah,
Frosty.
Oh, thanks, Frost.
love to see it.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So, where do I hit them to
You
stun
tell
'em?
me.
So I guess I'm just going for they're hard to hit, but I get in on the neck of one and under the armpit of the other with just pointed strikes.
As you strike into their neck, they're just like.
You know?
They're just lonely.
They're just sad.
In the southwest, another creature, but this thing has 4 pronged arms and seems to be very good at hugging.
No.
Appears. It's coming.
Oh no! Oh Lord, it's
Southwest.
coming!
Southeast, excuse me. It's yellow. It's down there.
Oh no!
Oh, he's just lost.
Yeah.
My-
oh.
My
It's just lost.
my assassinate feature worked.
It's gonna shuffle over.
Just
Has kind of it has 2 heads and no wait.
No, there's more. This is not that one, Matthew. This is the other one.
Wrong one. I pulled up the wrong one. Let me grab it. Grab it real quick.
He accidentally unmasks the geom layer, and there's thousands. That
Yeah.
is the forest.
I've got this one. No. I can't have this one. This is
Yeah.
too big.
Yeah.
CR40.
Nah, you'd be fine, but it's not the one I actually want.
You found the CR40, but
You do want the lost.
The Lost, yeah.
we found
So
it.
it has
good.
4
We found them.
pincer like kind of like a crab. I don't know. You call them pincers and
Yeah.
hooks or whatever, and it walks up to you and will make 2 arm spike attacks against. Is my map not updated? Oh, I did move. It's gonna move here actually and make him against Astra.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's super.
Does not have advantage.
It's super not good.
12 misses. 12 misses. Okay. This dice tower is rigged. It's like mega rigged.
We call it the mist tower. He's over there hitting a button,
Yeah.
watching.
So this thing makes 2 arm spike attacks, and you can see it just trying to grapple onto Astra and pull her close, but it does not work. Just a flurry of misses over here. Gilly, top of the round.
Oh, good.
What is this? A 3.5 monk?
Yeah,
What this is?
pretty much.
Okay. Gilly is going to. Alright. Beacon of Hope is concentration, so that won't work. So instead of that, based on what Glitch informed Gilly of, which of these am I most worried about for Astra?
The hungry is the most powerful. They're all pretty dangerous. The lonely and the lost are very good at getting people out of their spots.
Right. Well, okay. I'm going to... Yeah. I think I'm going to... I guess I'm going to rip off a patch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a level 5 magic missile, right?
Yep, 74 plus 7.
God, it's so good.
Wait, where's the
Row of
rest?
stars.
Need more D4.
No, I just didn't. bring
Time
them
for
out
my
of this bag.
my Beethoven meme.
There they are.
Just waiting.
We need to get you 7 of those magic missile dice
Yeah.
so that they all
Yeah.
match.
Should we need more dice?
She got 14 of them for one.
Okay.
Well, because she has
Maybe if you
4
had
of
more dice, the dice
the
tower would
affinity
go
ones.
Right.
Yeah.
No chance of that happening.
10,
Oh my god. All the bits.
14.
Lord Arctic Frost, thank you again.
Really, that's not. Oh gosh, that's not ideal.
Thank you so much, Frost.
10, 15.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your support really
16
helps.
We ju-
points of force damage.
Against who was it?
the Lost.
Okay.
We just got frosted.
That's right.
Blasting from above, you throw down using your robe of stars that you got from Morgan's dead body. Hits the Lost.
Yep.
That dig right there.
Yeah.
Just the truth. Not a dick. Just an observation.
He's not wrong.
There's nothing you can do that I won't take you for. So.
You chose?
Okay.
And then, let's see. How far away did it look like the alone was able to, like, reach?
At least 30 feet. Probably more, based on the length of the attack.
Okay. I'm going to ask Cloaky to move me up.
Okay.
Another... I want to say... Yeah, just another 20 feet.
Okay. That is
So
your
I
turn.
can stay within... I'll be 40 feet away from most folk.
On initiative count 20, Astra. Hey, what's great is this thing's been rolling like shit.
She has inspiration.
I know. She's going to try to use it.
Thanks, Rob.
Inspiration is an 8. She comes through.
Yes!
Two
See?
successes.
Called law of averages.
That's right.
No.
I still love my dice tower. Just
They're
being,
gorgeous.
it is. It's very nice. Here, I'll show it off to the stream.
Yeah.
This is the dice tower Rob made me because I was at his wedding.
I was at it.
At it, not in it.
I don't know. I was there.
You were there.
Just for
You
showing
were.
up.
Showing up.
I was the
For not causing
Participation no more.
I was a celebrity guest.
I was.
It was a bribe so you would go.
Correct. That and money. Oh, thank you, Rob. It's very sweet. I like the red, especially. The red's inside. Did I show you all? Yeah, okay, well, you can't actually see through these things. Oh, no, you can.
You can. You should be able to.
Very sweet.
Just DM the rest of the night like that.
Yeah, I think I will.
my
So the
God.
ritual. Is there anyone injured? No, because I,
don't
haven't
think
hit
so.
anything.
Not yet.
Nope, can't hit
Oh,
anything.
that's a question.
Selena.
Alrighty. So, the Alone and the Lost.
Yeah,
They are within 5 feet of each other, aren't they?
they sure are.
So I'm going to hit them at the back
Oh my
so I don't hit Astra on that 5 feet. And we're going to smack them with some lightning.
Dex save.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much.
And at least one of them stunned, so I don't know if that changes their dex saves.
Automatic fail.
Yay!
The Lost will roll. Gets a +1. 8. Fails.
Oh, they both fail, so they take full 3d10 damage.
Yes.
Which isn't great. That's a 12.
It's pretty
But I
good.
stunted.
You'll never get it.
right for it. If we calm the waters too, they go away.
There's only churn the waters in my if I run age, it's gonna be churn the waters.
Churn the waters.
Hi, Chris.
Is Taft here?
Welcome to what this is.
Taft here?
Yes,
Chris,
he is.
Taft, it is so good to see you.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Ross!
That's your action.
I went ahead and, oh my goodness.
We're just
You're
drowning in
amazing.
bits.
Okay, so many bits.
Now I can send my dog to college. Doggy
Oh.
college.
I want to see pictures
Tom stressed an
of
important
Ginger
question.
in the little
Yeah.
hat and the cape, like the gown. Please.
Okay, so that was my action. I have dealt 12 points of damage to each of them. And now I'm going to poison spray, I think it was the Hungry in front of me. The Hungry.
Get him.
And that's a Constitution save.
Constitution?
Yeah, please, for the Hungry.
Poison?
Yes.
Just double checking. Yep. They can make such a save.
Thank you.
9.
Are we gonna try different D20s? I
Rob is you gotta
My
watch
tower
out.
works fine.
What's your astrological sign?
Okay.
Is it Scorpio?
No, Libra. Perfectly balanced.
not.
Okay, so
That's not
14
terrible.
plus
That's a
9 is
1.
23.
What's the 13?
23 points of poison spray.
Holy hell, who gave you that as a bonus action?
some
Choices were made.
Some person.
Yeah. Someone who made a choice.
Okay, so you lash out with lightning at one end and then spin around and cast forth a small poisonous breath that actually does quite a bit of damage to the hungry. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, that is my action, my bonus action, and my, I'm not going to move, and that's all I've got. So the little red one pops off and becomes a stand.
I know.
Okay.
I just don't
On
know.
Clokey's turn, they will use their Shadow Snare on the Lost, but rolls a
There
natural
was a
1 and
struggle
misses.
bus. I had to point it out.
Well,
And
it's
it
fine.
floats up 20 feet.
That's all I... Yeah, Clokey is doing great.
Hungry's turn. Hungry is not stunned.
I can't stun everyone. I'm sorry, guys. Not
It has not...
What do you say you do here? Just
actually.
Alright.
I would have rolled better.
It's going to make an attack against Selena and an attack against Sevelius. 14.
Oh, thank God. 16. Okay.
watch. It's gonna hit me. Out of like pure
Natural
vengeance.
20, baby. 24.
I'm sorry, I'm saving my reactions for Astra.
Good. I'm saving my reaction for shield.
So the bite attack comes down on you, Sevelius, and you conjure a shield of force. That's Hungry's turn. Sevelius.
All right. I look around at the dire situation.
Oh.
I bring my blade up, and I disappear. And then you see
You're playing ships
very
away.
yeah, dimension doors.
Fuck these guys.
Then you see
Well, it's
a slash hit every single one of the enemies.
Nice.
Yeah.
With
Yes.
steel wind strike.
So let's
God,
do
it's so
Hungry
good.
first. It'll be a...
It's so good.
You teleported, so it's at advantage.
Oh, that's
All Steel Wind Strikes attacks are at advantage.
Oh my
as you
God.
teleport. Yeah.
God, that's right.
And the
16,
Blade of the Vizier is an artifact.
26.
Definitely hits.
Okay.
So they're all at advantage.
Second attack, far. Nat 20
Natural 20 against Far. Mm-hmm.
against far.
Next
Are
one is
you-
going to be alone.
You're remembering.
Yep.
one at a time. They don't all fit.
They all fit. 21.
21 hits.
And 27.
27, yep. Definitely hits.
All right, and that's 10 damage.
Okay.
And then I don't get to add. Do I get to add the 1d6?
No, this is a spell. This is spell damage. So, tell me the normal, and then we'll double it, I guess.
Yep. 17, 18, 19, 21, 29.
29 damage, and then Far will take 58. Jesus. 29. Okay. And then 29. And then because you used a spell, because you cast a spell or an effect that allows you to teleport, you get a free
To place or
weapon
got
attack.
Yep. So I will probably land. No. I'm in a pretty central spot here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably stay where I am. So just blip back into existence and then take a stab at Hungry.
Okay.
That will probably miss with a 12. Yeah.
Okay. So the last attack, you kind of stick into the meaty side of the Hungry. You can kind of feel it press between what must be like extra organs on this creature, and it just kind of
Yes.
presses in and bounces off. You now are displaced. Till
Yep.
the start of your next turn or something like that.
Unfortunately, obliterating departure is not friendly.
It
I
is
would use
not.
that.
It is not. It is in fact what it sounds like. That is your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that will be it.
Pretty great. So you vanish, and different forms of Sevelius, and then he appears back in the spot he left, and misses against Hungry.
So good.
But in his wake, there is devastation. Far's turn. Far is stunned. Alone's turn. Alone is stunned. However, at the start of Far's turn, with Justice, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
With advantage.
Yes.
Because speaking of hope.
13.
Oh.
13. You take 10 points of psychic damage.
Oh no.
And then at the start of Alone's turn, Justice, Astra, Sylvilius, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
This is a charm effect.
It is not. It is just psychic damage.
17.
You make it, so you take 0.
Which of these is stunned?
20.
Far and Alone are.
Okay.
20, you're good. Astra needs to make a Wisdom saving throw at advantage. Makes it. So you can see they just kind of, their constant cry, their uttering, their moans, their sorrow, you can feel it enter your mind and kind of press in. This proximity, it radiates like a migraine or a headache, and you can feel this psychic pressure in your mind from just being next to them.
It's super not great.
Yeah. Justice.
I provoke from hungry, correct? If I were to
Yes.
move away from where I'm at?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I will, I'm going to then focus some of my attacks first on Alone, I suppose, while they're stunned. I have advantage, not that it mattered. 15.
15 against
Alone.
misses. I want to give a special shout to Satan's Panties.
Yeah.
Mutual of mine from Twitter. It's really great to see you
Aw,
here
nice.
on the stream. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Okay, I guess I will make an additional attack against not Satan's Panties, against Alone.
Don't attack Satan's Panties. He's my friend.
That's a 19.
That hits.
Okay.
We don't understand the concept of friends here on Ghost in the Machine.
That's true. And that is my fault.
So that would be, let's see, 1, 2, 6, plus 5, 11 points of the regular type of damage.
I'm sorry, who was this against?
Alone.
Okay, 11.
The regular
Half to
type.
5.
Yep, and 6 point of lightning.
Yep.
You
And
figure
then
it out.
I'm going to use Flurry of Blows.
Okay. Alone is bloodied.
Okay.
Far is bloodied.
Good.
And so is the Lost.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all messing their shit up.
19 plus 9, 28
Hits.
on that. So, and this is unarmed, so it would be this, right? So, yeah. That is 8 points of regular and 3 points of necrotic.
Okay.
And then
Half
last,
of 4 and then 3.
last but not least, that is a 16 to hit.
Let me double check. Just hits.
Good. That 1 and 1, so that is 5 points of regular and 1 point of necrotic.
So 2 and 1.
And you, yeah.
Alrighty. So a flurry of attacks, lashing out, missing 1 or 2 of them, but landing a couple solid blows. Is there anything else you'd like to do? You can feel yourself caught between these two creatures.
That's where I'm going to. That was my attack, my bonus. I could move, but I would provoke. Actually, no, I wouldn't provoke from them.
Just hungry.
I'm going to kind of move around, so I'm standing next to Lost and Alone. So I'll.
So you will provoke from hungry.
Oh no, I'll just stay where I'm at then. Sorry.
If you went south, unless you want to position yourself between. Yeah, no, you're just going to provoke. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So that's Justice's turn. Lost turn. At the end of your turn, they get relieved of their stun. Lost is up. Lost is going to probably attack Astra. That is what makes the most sense for them. Her attack bonus is natural 20.
From the box?
From the tower?
Yeah.
rolled it in the tower?
Yeah, from the
You're
tower.
welcome.
Huh.
But not really.
Please. So you can see this creature, it gets its attacks, its claws up around Astrid and reaches around her. Do they have to be? No, this is the initial attack, okay. And grapples her. She will take 50 points of damage. Yeah, 50 points. No. She will take 40, 24, 44, 47 points of piercing damage.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, she'll take 47 points of piercing damage and is grappled.
I
You can see that she is almost bloodied.
Where are we in initiative right now?
We're at the very bottom, so you're next.
Okay, alright. I will use cutting words on damage.
Okay.
1.
Okay. I'll give her one more back.
You still have what's it things up, don't you?
That doesn't do anything because this isn't healing.
Oh, okay.
So the creature grapples Astra and walks her back. And you can see the ritual, the light dim even more, and the text, the scripture begin to fade. 5. They are going to provoke. No, not an attack from anyone. No one's next to them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can see Astra looks highly annoyed.
Natural 20.
Yep. Yeah, not a lot.
Can't cutting words a natural 20.
Not as such.
Damn it, Rob.
Gilly! Yeah, Rob! Rob's dice tower.
Yeah.
It's rolling so well.
It's rolling so well.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
How could you let him?
How could you let him do this?
Wow, guys. Wow.
Liz let Astra die.
Listen, you started.
Liz let Astra die.
That's right.
Wow.
Liz killed the ritual. She let Astra die.
Liz let Mephanway die in the void.
You let the void in.
Liz let the void in.
Liz killed all the stars. Liz
Wait till
let
I
the
go
stars die.
I'll just hatch them from eggs. It'll be fine.
Yes.
That's right.
New stars.
Void Druid Grove.
Oh
Here we go.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Void Grove. Oh no.
Ooh, that's not
Stop
good.
giving bad ideas.
So, Gilly, it's your turn.
As far as I knew from Glitch, trying to charm these things was not going to work.
These creatures are actually charmable.
In that case,
Yeah.
charm monster on the thing that's got Astra.
Okay. They're going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Astra's elsewhere. Damn.
She ran away.
Well, it's being dragged. She's being dragged to her death. This thing is a -2. 5.
It's charmed by me. For an hour.
Okay.
And I will use a... Yeah. I'll go with a... She's real hurt, right?
Bloody. Almost bloody.
I'll go with a 2nd level healing word.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I don't have to.
Oh, that's right. It's maxed. So what is
Yeah.
it? 8 plus 6?
Yeah,
14?
14.
Okay. Sorry. Fun mechanics. Alright, so you heal. You can see her wounds restored to life. Whenever that happens, you see the hungry start to salivate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it seems to grow the darkness around it,
Yeah.
and its teeth drip with a necrotic energy as a life force. And it kind of gets a little bit of this healing power that's being transferred through the air, and the hungry grows more dangerous.
Oh no. That's... Ooh. Ooh. Because if she was still standing behind me, I was going to do Healing Spirit.
All the same.
But at least right now, she's not going to be damaged further by this particular thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
I mean, that's my action and bonus. I can't move of my own volition. I think I will ask Cloaky to keep me at my height, but move me a little closer to Astra.
Okay. Initiative count 20. It's Astra's turn, and Astra looks around.
Oh, I can do a thing.
And she just looks up, and she disappears in a blinding flash of light.
Good.
And reappears. She loses. Well, that's her move, so her action's still up. She's going to use her action to continue the ritual. She's like, can't lose it.
Don't let it die out.
That is a 1 failure on as a 3. Bring the die. She's like, if it fades now, it'll move. It'll be a long time before we can find it again. With her bonus action, she will use some of her D6s that she has to heal herself, since the hungry can't get any stronger. Not that she does that, but 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. She'll also heal herself 14 hit points with her 46. So with her bonus action, she heals herself.
And the hungry gets stronger?
The hunger's already stronger. It doesn't keep building.
Oh, okay, good.
God, that'd be gross. Selena.
Not bad. Okay. So are any of these things bunched up within 5 feet of each other?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. Perfect. Then, the lost is by itself.
You can hit Call Lightning if it would originate from this square and hit these two.
The lost is charmed.
Far, and hungry.
Got it. Perfect. Then I will try to hit both of those. 17 dexterity, please.
Okay.
Mark that I used a 4th level spell.
17 for the lonely. The other one rolled really low.
Okay.
So
So
it
then
meets-
that matches.
So we'll take half. So go ahead and tell me your full
Okay,
damage.
so full damage is still not great. So 12.
Pretty decent. So lightning strikes down. Far dodges it. It's a bit more nimble. Through action.
I'm going to drop concentration on, I'm going to hope this doesn't make that worse. I'm going to drop concentration on Call Lightning.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to pull up Healing Spirit right behind me.
Alrighty.
And right on Astra, so she automatically gets to restore 1d6 hit points. No, hang on. So you call forth a nature spirit to soothe the wounded. It occupies a 5-foot cube that you can see within range. And it looks like a transparent beast or fae. And I think I'm hilarious, so it's going to be a goat that's going to prance around her.
Okay.
And
Old Henry.
That's right.
That's right.
Always on the first.
Whenever you or
That's
creature
right.
you see can moves into the spirit
in
space
peace.
for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Perfect.
So it says on a turn.
Mm.
So does that mean her turn or
It
no?
means it would be her turn when she starts it there.
Perfect.
But it accounts for anyone's turn who starts it there.
Yeah.
Or enters. Okay. That is your bonus action?
That is my bonus action. So
And
my
an
action
action,
was
okay.
Call Lightning. My bonus action was Healing
Alrighty.
Spirit on Astra, and then I've got nothing else.
The storm cloud kind of fades and collapses and dwindles down, and then there's this kind of sprig of lights, and a goat, spectral goat, appears in Astra's square, tries to mend her wounds. Clokey wants to move you. Well, was going to move you closer to Astra, or did, but then moves you back. They're gonna see if they recharge. No, they don't recharge their thing. Hungry, so let's read this ability. If a creature the hungry can see regains hit points, the hungry gains 2 benefits until the end of its next turn. It has advantage on attack rolls, and its bite deals an extra 4d10 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the thing.
So it is going to... It has 2 attacks, only one of which can be a bite. So it's going to do what's been doing, which is a claw on Selena. But it has advantage this time.
It does.
That is double 17s for a total of 25.
Christ. Alright, and then I have advantage on concentration checks.
You do.
Which I've been forgetting. But that's 16 plus numbers, so I should be fine.
Okay. So you are grappled and restrained, and you're going to take 18 points of slashing damage. Because it has a creature grappled, it is going to then bite the same creature, which we've been trying to achieve.
Okay, and you said I was grappled and restrained?
Yep.
Okay. Gotta remind myself of those two.
Plus 8 to both of these. It is going to hit with a 27.
Yes, it is.
You're going to take 8 points of... So you've taken 18 slashing, and then now this one is going to do 8 piercing and 35 necrotic.
8 and 35
Yep.
is 43.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That's not great, folks.
So it now grapples you and starts to chew on you, trying to devour you. And drain you of your life force. Okay. That is Hungary's turn. Civilius.
All right. Seeing that Selena's in some dire trouble, I will move provoking from alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go one. Hold on, I'm checking distances here so I don't hurt somebody. Dang it, I don't think that'll work. I think Astra's too close.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
Aspen needs
I've
to
got
be
it.
protected.
Okay.
Yeah. I got my shit together. We're good.
All right. I will do Booming Blade on Hunger twice just to take it down.
Okay. Selena's not as squishy as she used to be.
Right.
No.
Oh, that's right.
Especially
you have the
since-
amulet now.
Yeah. And
Nice.
and also Druid shapes.
Nice.
So.
20 to hit.
20 definitely hits.
Separate on the piercing still.
Yes, please.
So,
there's no bright source of light.
6 points of piercing.
Yep.
And then, oh my god, that was terrible. 8 points of thunder and force.
Okay. So, first booming blade.
Second one. Higher than the last, so 21.
Hits.
Piercing separate. 7 plus 4. Yep, 7 plus 4, so 11. And then once again, 4 points of damage. Or
Oh,
8
right.
total, sorry.
So seeing Selena in some trouble, you kind of try to work out the logistics, but you realize that at these it's just too close quarters, so you stab, and you can see the thunderous energy boom around the Hungry. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, Far's turn now that they're no longer stunned. Far, which are the lonely, thrives on company.
No,
That's right.
we just got rated by Not
We did?
Great RPG.
Oh, hey!
Thank you, Not Great RPG.
You.
I saw
Thanks,
them.
guys.
Great.
I saw you all raid. I think it was Legend of Vantress last night, and it's great to see you all. Thank you so much for the
Aw.
support. Bear Puppies is right. I am a bear. I am a bear.
Hi.
With a puppy. Anyway, so the Lonely has advantage on attack rolls when at least 2 other creatures are within 30 feet of it. It's happy that it's valuable. At the start of its turn, which is Far, I need Justice to make a Wisdom saving throw. Beacon of Hope.
Nat 20.
There it is. You take
Nice.
0 psychic. It's going to attack you. It does have advantage. Even rolling last time, it wasn't able to hit you, but we'll see. 8 and a 5. 15 to hit. What the hell?
You rolled 2 17s earlier.
Yeah.
Rated on Astra.
Correct.
All right, and
You can't
then
complain anymore.
the being wanting to be so desperately close, it's going to move up here to be as close to as many creatures as possible. At a start of a lone turn, Justice, Civilius, and Astra make Wisdom saving throws. All at advantage, please.
Nat 20.
Astra makes it. You good?
That was 12 plus 6.
Should be good.
18.
You're good. So the psychic energy continues to radiate, but you all are fighting it off. You're all pretty strong-minded. Astra rolled very well. She's good there. At Alone's turn, they're going to harpoon arm you, Justice. They are trying to get you.
Trying to get you.
26.
That hits.
We're alone now.
I think we're alone now. You're going to take 21 points of piercing damage, and you are grappled.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
I need you to make a wisdom
Don't want
saving
friends,
throw.
They just don't want hugs.
That's right.
Damn these wisdom saving throws. Holy shit.
21.
You make it. You are going to take 9 points of psychic damage.
Got it.
Now that it has you, it's never going to let you go.
Cool.
Never gonna give you up.
Yeah. So it's going to pull you 5. It's going to provoke from Civilius. 5, 10.
Yes. It provokes.
Yeah.
I have Warcaster, which means I can use Booming Blade
Good.
on it.
Give me just a second. I need to go back.
Yeah,
16
there you
on
go.
the
Thank
dice.
all these wonderful people in chat. Tell them
Yeah,
to
you
follow.
guys are amazing.
Hey,
Follow
Spark.
us.
Follow.
Love us.
5892, thanks for
You know how
following.
hard it is for.
This has been so fun. We're having a really intense fight. The dice have been a little mercurial tonight.
All over the place. Random, you can even say.
You could.
Huh. Weird.
I wonder what could be happening.
I need paper so I can block you all out.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll my damage now. 'cause I'm
Would you like
pretty
a
sure I hit
binder
it,
to cover your head with?
And then it moved, so it's gonna take more.
Yeah,
This game doesn't
it
have
sure
as much
is.
paper as yours.
It sure is gonna take more damage.
These guys are pretty fun.
Never gonna give you up.
Thank you for the
Let
follow, the
you
couple
down.
people that have followed.
It's been really fun tonight. We've had a lot of fun faces in chat. It's so great to be back.
Yes, it is.
Don't mind me, I'm just, jamming out to Rick Astley in my head.
We're gonna get copyright struck. We're muted. Cryptic Vulpix, thanks for the follow. Hope you guys are
We've
enjoying.
had 3 or 4 people follow us tonight. It's been fun.
Woo!
It's been a
Exciting.
good couple of days.
This is what this is.
That's right. For those of you who are new to the channel, we run Firefly on Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Central. Storm King's Thunder, which is another, it's called Big Boy Season, on Friday at 9:30 p.m. Central. And I run an art stream every Monday at 6 p.m. Central and Friday at 4 p.m. Central. Check that shit out.
Alrighty.
And we're here every Wednesday at 7.
22 to hit.
You dang right we are. 22 to hit!
So 9 points of piercing damage,
Yes.
5 points of thunder force, and then 12 points because he moved out of the booming blade, triggering the extra 3d8.
Yes. So how much was that on Thunder?
Uh,
Thunder Force, sorry.
5 and then 12.
Thanks.
So 17 total.
Nice.
Plus 9 piercing.
Love seeing
More
all the
love.
follows.
Thank you all so
All
much
the
for
follows.
following.
Love
All
to
amazing.
see
It's
it.
Dave
Great.
Morris,
Keep
KJ Bat.
an eye out. Make sure to follow us on Twitter because we will be announcing some things for our lovely followers soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So be sure to follow the stream and then follow the instructions when we announce it on Twitter. We do a lot of giveaways here. Okay. That is the reaction. So 5, 10, 15, 20. You can see it's kind of pulling you through all these gravestones and kind of kicking them over and it's just like pulling you in. 15, 20, 25, 30. And it's just moving over like rapidly. It's like its sole fixation is to hold on to. Justice, it's your turn. I'm actually going to say it would move you here.
That's fine. I am going to, as he's dragging me, my feet dragging behind me, I'm going to click my boots together. And so I need all of the creatures to make me dexterity saving
It's
throws.
within 30 feet, isn't it?
It is,
Mhm.
and they all are within 30 feet, luckily.
Are people,
Thank you for the
Subscribe.
sub.
Oh,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Thank you.
Satan's panties.
Thank you, Satan's panties. Thank you. So hungry is a 15. The other one definitely doesn't make it.
Okay.
Alone is no. And the other one's a no. Good lord.
So all the
Sounds
ones
like
that
reasonable, but-
failed it take 14 points of lightning damage.
They all failed.
Yep.
Could you describe and
So,
kind of
yeah.
give context what you're doing?
So I have these special boots called the storm jumpers that kind of crackle with lightning as I move around. He's dragging me. I click my feet together and I disappear in like a shower of lightning as it arcs out and hits all the enemies. And I reappear between Alone and the Lost.
Okay. Swoosh. You appear right there. That was your bonus action?
Yep,
Was it? Yeah.
I'm no longer grappled.
Correct.
I am now going to make an attack against, I would say...
Alone.
The
Alone
lost
is-
is charmed.
Yes. And
Oh.
Alone is gravely injured.
Okay, I will then make my attack against Alone. And I do not have advantage because that's my other teleport ability that gives me that.
Okay.
Ooh, that's only a 2 on the attack, so that's a miss.
Yep.
Second attack is a 19 on the dice.
That
definitely
hits.
So I'm going to do... ooh, that's pretty good. 18 points of regular damage
Okay.
and 2 points of lightning.
That will kill it.
So, so just dragging the zip zap dagger into its eye, and then I think that's all I can do because my flurry of blows thing, even on the martial arts attack, is a bonus action.
Yep.
So I'm going to use my move action then to sprint back into. No, I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Yep. Alrighty, so you appear and then turn around to steady off against the Lost. It's charmed. Looks like it hasn't necessarily been persuaded against you, but it's kind of looking around a little bit dazed and confused, I'd say. The Lost looks up at you Gilly.
Mm-hmm.
Are you friend?
Oh boy. Wait, it's spoken in language I can understand.
Speak. Yeah.
Which language is it speaking in?
Common.
Great! I did not realize they spoke in common. Oh, it's real ungood.
You friend?
I could be. Are you lost?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check at advantage, of course.
Okay.
Gonna help the little guy find his way.
That's not great. Let's try this one. Hey! No! Shit. Alright, so that one was better, so... 20.
Okay. Kind of looks around confused and turns over to you and raises all of its pincers. Justice, but it does not attack. Gilly, it's your turn.
I'll just say... Hey, just... wait till after this is done and we'll help you find your way home. And then I will give inspiration to Astra. I'll sing, shine bright like a void god, shine bright like a void god.
Nice.
So that's bonus action. And then my action, so we're dealing with let's see, oh goodness. Should I? Do I remember from what Glitch told me if cold is a bad thing to use against these?
Not these ones.
Okay. Well then, can I backshot my snowballs?
Sure.
To hit the two of them?
Dex save?
Yeah. I think
they both fail.
Hey!
You can definitely
Alright
hit them
then.
without hitting Civilius. It's a 5-foot burst.
Perfect. Alright, what is that? 3d6.
Yep, 3d6. Snowball swarm.
Yeah!
Is it cold or is it bludgeoning?
It's a very good question. Could have sworn it was... It's cold damage.
Cool. Makes sense. It's done with snowball.
Oh. I know why it was killing me. Good. 7 points of damage.
Alrighty, the snowballs fall from the sky, pelting them. It's your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think that's what I've got.
Okay. Did you want to use an inspiration? I'm just reminding you. Did you want to use your inspiration on Astra? I don't think she has one. She used it.
I gave it to her. I sang a song.
Just
Void
before
God.
the attack. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I think I heard something else. Okay, cool.
No, it's okay.
So initiative count 20 is Astra.
Shine bright like a void star.
Yeah.
Like a void god.
Initiative count 20. I was reading things about Satan's panties.
That's fine. That's fair.
She will use her action to enact the ritual. She will use her inspiration. Astra, honey, we gotta talk. She just makes it.
Thank the gods.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to
The
feel
dead
like
gods.
a void god. Yeah, void god.
So you can see this light continue to glow and glow and glow, and it is almost at its zenith. You can see the writing, the crypt, the cipher give way. Words and verbiages. For those of you who speak, who can speak and read Proto-Elven or Proto-Sylvan, you can start to make out some of it. And it begins to emit the light, but doesn't touch any of the Sorrow Sworn yet. Just one more success. Selena.
Okay.
So, Astra gains 6 health points at the beginning of her turn.
Cool. 6. You rolled it. Cool. Awesome.
Because Beacon
It's
of Hope.
auto here.
Hot.
Auto,
Yeah.
Auto max.
So,
I subtracted.
yeah, no, that's really...
Yeah, by the
Okay.
way, when you healed Astra from her own dice pool, did you roll it or did you just use max?
Oh, I rolled it, so I'll go ahead and add in the difference.
Nice.
So,
Good.
plus
Good.
10. All right, she's back at full.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, so I am going to, as my
Such a good spell.
action,
Love that spell.
I'm going to give myself freedom of movement,
Okay.
which allows me to become unrestrained. I cannot be restrained now at all. And I can use 5 feet of movement to ungrapple myself. So I am going to go ahead and sneak myself,
Just eat yourself out of there.
like right behind Sevilla, so I can kind of pet the goat and get my D6 of healing, and around the other side, so I'm between far and hungry.
Do you still provoke attacks of opportunity? Yes, I believe so.
You touch a willing creature and affected by difficult terrain, and spells and other magical effects can neither reduce the target's speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained.
Alrighty.
Magically escape from non-magical restraints, such as manacles or a creature that has it grappled. So it doesn't say anything about opportunity.
Understood. So by moving into that square, you will provoke an attack of opportunity.
The D6 isn't worth it, so I'm just gonna ungrapple myself.
Yeah. Just kind of. Do you want to just land there, or just end there, like
That's
not move?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay not moving as long as I'm not grappled anymore,
Okay.
so he doesn't have
So you
advantage.
just kind of pop on out.
Yep, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use my.
Poison breath?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and use poison breath as my bonus action. Give me a hot second to double check that that's really, really what I want to do.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. So Constitution saving throw.
16.
That just misses.
17 is the needs.
It is the
The
needs.
needs.
Is the needs.
Okay. Well, that's not. Oh, that's okay. 17.
Woo! Poison damage chokes
Yes,
the
sir.
hungry. That is your turn.
It is.
Cloaky's going to see if they recharge. I don't think you gave him any further instruction. Does not. I have to refill myself with Cloaky's rechargeability. 5 or 6. It does recharge. They are going to use their attack roll against probably hungry.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're going to try, and you can see the hungry's misses. The shout snare goes wide.
It's fine.
Alright, so that is Cloaky's turn. Hungry's turn. Hungry's mouth is yet again salivating, dripping with hunger. It got a taste of you before, Selena. It's going to go ahead and roll attack rolls at advantage
Alrighty.
based on the order.
Vanilla?
It does hit with a 22.
It does. Yes, it does.
Okay. That is the claw attack. So you're going to take 18 points of slashing damage, and you'll be grappled. Can you still be grappled?
I can still be grappled, but I can use 5 feet of my movement my next turn to get out of it.
Cool. So you're grappled and restrained.
I cannot be restrained.
Okay. So then you're just grappled.
Okay.
It is then going to use its bite attack on you at advantage.
That may be sad.
That is a natural 20.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
You're going to take 12 points of piercing.
Is that already doubled?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then 70 points of necrotic.
Yep. So what is
But you're fine because you're 102 HP. You're fine. Yeah. But you're at 0, I think. Right? Or
So 28 minus 70?
yeah.
You have to go your value.
Oh, you have to hold.
You'd have to be negative 102. only to
Got
get
it.
hit.
And you're not getting shot by Gallant.
Correct.
So you're okay.
Well, now that you mention it,
You
do take 102 points of damage. Gallant was in the shadows. I did forget.
Yeah, he followed us here.
He was actually the Lost. He came out of the Lost after it.
He is the lost.
Oh,
Yeah.
and let me make, because even though I've gone down, have I lost concentration
I
at that
do
point?
believe unconscious
Okay,
creatures lose
then
concentration,
I
so
have lost
the healing
everything
spirit will
else.
fade.
Henry,
Yes, it will.
no!
I'll go ahead and get rid of
Not
that.
worried about
Not
Selena.
again.
So, yeah, with that big old bite,
Yeah,
and you fall unconscious. Okay, that is Hungry's turn. Civilius!
I made poor choices.
It's rough.
I don't think I could do anything to help Selena.
That's okay.
I will just focus my anger into Hungry, and use Green Flame Blade this time.
Okay.
That will miss at a 12.
After she uses one of her
Second attack. That is a 19 to hit.
Oh, good.
That does hit.
All right. So he will take piercing separate for 9 points of piercing.
Okay.
And 7, 5, 12 points of fire.
Okay.
And then Far will take 10 points of fire damage as well, as the flames from Green Flame Blade leap over to him.
Okay. So with that, you slash out. There's a little burst of fire. That was your action?
Yeah, that was my action and bonus action.
Okay, cool. That is Sevilius' turn. Far's turn. At the beginning of Far's turn, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Sevilius.
At advantage or not?
Yep. Still up.
Yeah. It's still up.
That would be a 16.
You're good. You take 0. Far's turn. Far is going to look around. I don't think it's actually tried to attack you much, Sevilius, so it's gonna try to attack you. It has advantage because it has creatures within 30 feet of it. That is a double check. 21 to hit.
Miss.
Damn.
AC 22.
God.
Hot.
So it lashes out with a harpoon arm and misses.
So good.
Don't gloat too much.
Alone's turn. Alone is dead. Justice.
Quick question. When do the storm jumpers recharge?
They should be short rest.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to, using my prodigious movement, I'm going to get in base-to-base contact with both Far and Hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to. You said Far is looking pretty rough, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna attack Far first.
Okay.
I do not get advantage.
Nope.
That is a 23 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. Better be safe than sorry. That is 19 points of piercing and 3 points of lightning.
So 19 is 9 and then 3. Okay. Okay. Still up.
All right, second attack. That is a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
That is 11 points of piercing and 3 points of lightning.
Okay. That will kill it. So you kind of
Okay.
flip up and jump. You're kind of parkouring over the gravestones and land behind it and slash. Kind of the creature is felled and falls.
Perfect. Bonus action flurry of blows on Hungry.
Okay. And you hear the creature as it dies. It just says, "Alone for far too long."
That is a 16 to hit Hungry.
That misses.
Okay. Flurry of blows, last attack.
Yeah,
That is
real
a
bad.
19 to hit Hungry.
That will hit.
Stunning strike.
Fighting sports more. I'm excited.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're really well designed creatures.
I really like them. I've liked them for a long time.
Necrotic.
That's going to be a 6 on the con save.
That fails.
There it is.
Stunned.
Yes.
And then
Oh, that's a grapple.
that is, let's see, this is lightning, this is necrotic. So 2 points of lightning, 1 point of lightning, 2 points of necrotic, and 6 points of bludgeoning. As I use my unarmed
Could you
strike.
repeat those? I'm sorry.
Yes. 3 points of typed damage.
Yeah.
And then 6 points of bludgeoning.
Thank you.
Because I forgot the D4s for my storm jumpers.
Yes.
So a little bit of lightning sparks off.
Yeah, it kind of courses through and you on the Hungry, and you can see it kind of slow down for a bit. Sevilius. Or, no, wait. Lost. Lost is, looks around some more.
Did it react to what I said to it?
That's what I'm about to do.
Sure. Cool.
It says, don't know, don't remember, looking for family, just kind of sits down.
Oh,
Gilly, it's your turn.
oh, buddy.
I wasn't ready for these feels. Doesn't look like an
buddy.
elf, doesn't?
You can make a perception check.
Here. I don't know if I want this.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, do you? Are we killing your ancestors right now?
I have in my better D&D skill system, I have a line for this. It's called, what sort of creature is it?
Gilly, I think it's your turn.
Alright, how bad does hungry look?
Quarter. Far below bloodied. What we say was, very hurt.
Okay.
Just force us to use knockout blow.
I still have advantage on death saving throws.
You do,
Yeah.
which is good.
So
I just don't. I'm worried about it charging up. I am going to give another inspiration to Astra as my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And then my action is just going to be, I will just use another patch.
Okay. That's the way. I like it. Oh man.
I should actually stay in the box, please. Thank you. Okay, great.
God. This is going to a different place than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not.
19 points of force damage.
On the hungry, of course.
On the hungry, yes. No, on Civilius.
That's right. Well, they have shield anyway.
Very tiny resources.
Blasting into hungry. That's your turn.
Yep.
Okay.
The inspiration and the patch. And oh, buddy.
Natural 20. It is Astra's
Yes.
turn.
Woo!
You can see there's this kind of big old blast of light as at the top of this mausoleum of the Anastasia family, the kind of elven cross kind of like structure, religious symbol, shines with a brilliant light and like a lighthouse sweeps over the plain. You can hear the cries of many, many sorrow-sworn echo out. What's that?
Great. It's great.
And now
She
the
looks
real fight
around.
begins.
And then she pulls as the bright light goes over. You can see Hungry's form soften as they lose their resistance to damage, as well as the loss. She then looks over to Hungry and says, "That's enough of that." And a beam of force energy shoots out, and because it is stunned, it automatically fails and just disintegrates into dust.
Nice.
Yes.
Ooh.
She's still
Just
not playing.
disintegrated it.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Quiet falls over the battlefield as the light glows. And you can hear the scattering and the shifting of Sorrowsworn. Even the loss starts to kind of back up a little bit. Bright. It's bright. And Astra says,
Buddy.
"Okay, the ciphers." And she begins to draw in the light slowly but surely. What do you wish to do?
I'll gesture over to Selena's unconscious form to Gilly.
Yeah.
Oh, Astra with her bonus action will heal you for 24.
Nice.
There we go. Never mind. Gesture to her conscious form.
Yep, perfect. 4 more of her dice pool used up.
Nice.
I will say to Astra, can the Sorrowsworn attack us with the light that is being emanated?
Amendable.
Emendable.
She says
Emanate.
they
Emanate.
could.
Emitted.
They could. They'll probably keep the distance for a little while.
What do we need to do?
You did your part. You gave me my opportunity. I'm drawing the ciphers now. This is the one.
So,
What should we do with this guy? Do you want to roll your check
Yeah.
now?
I want to take a closer look and see what it is.
How long does your Beacon of Hope last?
A minute.
A minute?
Yeah. So
Perception.
if you wanted to do anything else in the next couple rounds, real quick.
So Felix? 10. 10 is
What kind
enough
of creatures is it?
because you got within 5 points of the DC of 15. So you get 1. What sort of creature is it? This is a Sorrowsworn. However, prior to it being a Sorrowsworn, it was an elf.
I'll give you 10.
I probably can't see any house insignia or anything on its gloves. It's fairly all torn up.
I'll give you 10
Yeah,
as well.
it's naked. Thank you.
Alright.
I threw a couple healing words while Beacon of Hope is still up.
So I did a second level Cure Wounds. Does Beacon of Hope affect potions of healing?
I think I'll heal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then
nice.
I will do one
Sure.
greater potion of
Sure,
healing.
ma'am.
No, all healing is maxed.
Nice. It's pretty hot.
Yeah,
It gives
Beacon
me
of Hope's a
hope.
great spell.
Okay, 16 and 20.
It gives us all hope. That's right.
The Lost just kind of stands there in the bright light and says, "It's too bright." Kind of shuffles around to turn around and walk away.
What did you discern?
It's an elf.
Is there anything that we can do to help it?
I mean, if it's here and it's like that, it's probably beyond,
It's here like that because it escaped the soul well, right?
yeah.
Should it go to the soul well?
Oh, are you asking the DM?
Or Astra?
Do I have enough information based on what Glitch has filled me in on?
I mean, when you say should, what prescriptive ideas are you using? Because should is different.
I guess that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah. Like since it's
It came from the soul well.
do I know if there's any other recourse for this thing?
As far as you understand it, no. You all have a pretty good you're starting to have a pretty good understanding of the planes. Based on all the knowledge you've been given, don't think you think there's a recourse for it. I mean, other than using the rite of reincarnation on it.
Right. Which would be a lot.
For nameless elven NPC, yeah. a little
Right. Right.
Don't know. Could be.
It's just a 5th level spell.
bit. No,
He meant the actual
okay.
tag right.
Joking. Joking.
Maybe we could try to return it to the soul well. Is that a thing we want to try to do?
I do not know what is best for this creature. It seems to be in dire suffering.
We can definitely try, but I don't know how good it will do.
What do I think will happen when it wanders if it wanders into the soul well?
Its life force will be consumed. Soul well's like a disintegrating energy. I mean, if you're anything short of a soul, you don't belong there.
But then will its soul be able to pass on somewhere, or will it just be trapped in that soul well?
I don't think you know enough about the metaphysics.
That's fair. That's fair.
Astra, she draws in the light more and more. She looks around you as you all kind of give it pause and concern, and she stops. She says, "It's not even real." She continues to draw in the light.
Do you mean it's not real?
She kind of finishes, and there's a ball of light in her hand. It's little more than a construct. She lifts it, almost this ball of light that she's drained, the Cipher of the First Rites, spins around and moves. She walks up to the Lost. She kind of stares it right in the eye. She says, "Prior to the construction of the arresting light, as you well know, magic, creatures, all the rest of it were quite different. Planes existed, what are now planes existed as countries, and their inhabitants were monstrosities, or creatures of phenomenal power. Some of them rose to the ranks of kings and became the sorcerer kings of old. Among the lower life forms, those who could wield magic but not as impressively, were the more mundane humanoid creatures such as elves, halflings, humans, and others. During the Divine Revolution, and she kind of starts to walk around the creature, and as the ball of light follows her, the Cipher of the First Rites. She says, during the Divine Revolution, we suffered our losses greatly and took them to heart. We had to change the nature of magic. It was wielded by the Sorcerer Kings far too impressively. She says, so a determination was made. In order to change magic, we would have to rewrite the laws of existence. The prime material plane would have to possess a cherished place in the multiverse. And all those that fell outside of it would serve a purpose. We removed their ability to choose. When the Unresting Light was constructed, those outside the prime material plane would act as lights being drawn into a prism. The Arresting Light would then refract those energies and create the morally complex and gray world of the prime material plane. Creatures outside the prime material plane do not have choices. They are not truly embodied with souls or consciousness. They are just echoes of their trauma, remnants of a one war long ago, echoing out through eternity, never changing. So that humanity and the creatures that exist in the prime material plane can be protected, not ruled over by the tyrants of old. Angels, devils, demons, and the like. That's why humanoids dominate the prime material plane with their magics and industries. She just looks at it. It only seems real.
You say creatures that exist outside the prime material plane have no free will.
No. And then she kind of glances at you. Or at least that was the design.
And yet I sense that that does not hold true.
What would you say?
I would say that that statement is dubious.
And why would you say that, Justice?
There are creatures that I've witnessed from my understanding that seem to exist from outside the prime material plane that exert their own will.
Yes, it would seem. Although many great inventions and creations of both magic and machine, and even aspects of the Void Beyond were used to weave the Arresting Light together, there are irregularities. Like ghosts in the machine of an otherwise perfect creation, these creatures exist and cause us a great deal of trouble. Some creatures outside the prime material plane are capable of achieving sentience, consciousness, and act out, attempting to infiltrate the prime material plane, corrupting mortals. They are few and far between, but they are disruptive.
What about the Lang? They exist outside the plane. They don't seem to interfere. They seem to help anyone in need of it.
The creatures of the void were always beyond the purview of our conquests. The stars above kept them at bay.
So you're saying the Lang are creatures of the void?
The Lang Consortium?
Yes.
Yes. Wholly born of the void.
Did not seem like any of the other void creatures we've seen.
That is the void. speak for this world. And the world's close to it.
And what of the creatures of hell?
They are constructs, just like the ones in this world, living and serving out a purpose. Except for the irregularities.
The ones that can choose.
Yes, and this is Kilgast. Bringing her husband to the prime material plane. He never had the ambition, but she did.
And now he is there.
Yes. With every day, with every month that he exists on the prime material plane, he will gain the energies that benefit your ability to choose. He will become a conscious creature. But he will lose none of his malice.
And time's of the essence, if anything. Can't let him stay there no longer than he needs to.
No.
So, all of that was done to deal with the Sorcerer Kings.
To give those that were not endowed with such powerful gifts a chance at living in freedom from chattel slavery and unending suffering. And to bring balance to those creatures that were gods. A god has not incurred themselves into the mortal world since the construction of the arresting light, although some have come close. Angels.
Does Morgan have the ability to choose?
I do believe she was such an irregularity.
Because it sure seems that way to me. Does it have anything to do with the fact that she originally came from the prime material plane?
It could very well be. There seems to be no commonalities between these ghosts, these errors, these aberrations.
Would you say... Well, let me rephrase. You said that if he spends enough time on the prime material plane, a Vorgesh will gain some of the free will that it imbues. Is this true of any creature that exists outside? And I gesture, not indicating that I want to bring him, but using him as an example to the lost. You're like,
Yes, the arresting light acts as a prism, and the material plane, its crystal, refracting these energies, these cosmic primal forces forever and ever. And if you spend enough time in it, you will be changed and eventually become a native to that plane, which means if Vorgesh spends and attunes to that plane, getting rid of him will be very difficult.
and that which ceases, which is not real, becomes real.
Yes, and I fear that he would not lose some of his devilish potency. That he would begin to straddle two worlds, Dysangelum below, the mortal world above. Once slain, he would reincarnate in the lower planes, but with the ability to freely visit the mortal realm at any time. And bring with him his armies.
Do we know how long this process would take?
I believe we have some time.
So what's going to happen to to me the longer I'm here.
She looks over to the lost. She looks back to you. Some are more susceptible than others. Creatures with alien ancestry, or those who have been imbued with extraplanar forces, change more quickly outside the boundaries of the arresting light. I would not dither.
It was definitely a harrowing thought. I don't want to become one of these.
No. It would be quite the existence to live your life not knowing the people you want to know, and to live your life alone.
Would it be, what's the word? Not charity. Would it be a mercy to end this creature's suffering?
She says, would you worry about the life of a clockwork being? It's only a simulacrum. An echo. A ghost.
A simulacrum that can become real if given the opportunity. They would say the same about my kind.
Your kind is born and given life. There are any infinite number of possibilities, but there is no such thing as potential life. It's a slippery slope to give credence to the future. Killing it now, it's not even murder. It's just an illusion.
I just look over Gilly.
Gilly will just she's just been kind of watching the Lost for a while this conversation happens. And she says, if you're looking for family, they might be in the soul well.
He looks up. I don't know. Astra looks over at you. You're talking to a ghost. She walks away with the cipher of the First Rites.
Gilly will just wipe a few tears from her eyes and kind of follow.
How far are we away from the soul well?
A few days' journey.
That's where we're headed next, right?
You're headed to the oldest temple. No. You're gone southerly. Or southerly. More south is the soul well. It's massive. You can see it far, far off. A green tower of energy. Probably not green, whatever. And then in kind of mostly directly to the west, maybe a little northwesterly, is the oldest temple. You
Right.
sit. Oh,
Sorry.
no, you go on.
Justice looks to Gilly and says, perhaps we leave it. If there is any possibility that this, and I just kind of gesture around, situation can be changed. Astra might not believe in potential futures, but I do.
It's all... It seems like such a... It just seems like such a lateral shift. Maybe marginally better, but deciding the fates of so many souls. I don't know what I would have done.
From sitting on the ground, you hear a single word. Better. And I get up and follow Astra.
2 more days till we reach the oldest temple.
Before I walk away. And this, I guess, comes down to the mechanics of the spell. Would I potentially be able to use teleport to teleport it to the soul well without teleporting myself? If it was willing to go.
You want to try something?
I do.
Oh boy.
You're going to use the better supernatural D&D skills.
Okay.
So you will cast the spell. I'll say for this because I think this goes beyond even the skill. But you're going to and now you're going to try to basically modify the terms of the spell. So it is an Arcana check. You do have advantage. The DC is very high. Oh, I should pull up my skill system. Because I certainly don't know.
Okay, that's good. So that will be 26.
Alrighty, let me go here. So this is called Esoterica Unknown 26.
26.
That is just a success. The DC was 30.
Can I use my DM inspiration?
You can.
Okay. What is it? D8? or
D8.
D8?
Yeah, D8. Yeah, we've done that.
No, I'm going to use my Sibelius dice. 1.
It's still a success.
Was DM inspiration supposed to be advantage?
You could choose.
Okay.
I already had advantage. So.
Okay.
So, on a success, you pick one. But there's a feedback. So this is called Esoterica Unknown. I will say that this falls under... this is basically temporary disable a magic effect. And so what you're doing is, as you cast the spell, you disable the teleport effect on yourself. And you are really hoping this works. Because otherwise you're going right into the soul well and you will die. So you are successful, and so it works. However, you take 1 feedback. The feedbacks are: you take some damage, you draw immediate unwelcomed attention, there's a problematic side effect, or you have difficulty with your next spell, or it produces an unintended side effect. For the purposes of this, I am going to say...
You lose half your hand. No.
Back
My
to
hand is in the so well.
Well,
Oh no.
I'm going to say there's a problematic side effect. So you negate the power off yourself. God, this is terrible. I'm going to do it. It's okay. And it ricochets the teleportation spell, and and you see it hit part of your family's crypt, and it teleports with the creature. You disintegrate a chunk of it as it falls. And with that, it just kind of crumbles into nothing. But far off in the distance, the creature arrives in the soul well, and
it's better than you dying. Because that's thing that
Yeah.
would have happened
True.
if you failed.
At least we were free of that void spine.
Would
Yes.
we?
Nope.
It comes back.
It feeds off so well energy.
Boy.
I glance back at the exchange and just walk away.
Astra steps forward to the west where the cold wind picks back up and you guys walk away from the kind of coal-like ground, the ashen plain. There's nothing here for any of us. It's 2 days to the oldest temple. And we have to find a way to take on the ancient and unbreakable. Let's go. She throws a kind of little shawl over her face and pressed forward into the cold, unending blizzard that is this plain, disappearing from view, as you all probably chase in after her, disappearing from the view of this lonely graveyard, the collapsed temple, with the glow of the Cipher of the First Rites oscillating, giving you some sight. And with that, we're going to go to break.
Oh
So
boy.
we've already faced the ancient and unknown. Now we have the ancient and unbreakable.
You're damn right.
This
Oh,
is
themes.
no.
We won't get loot from that either.
this was an
You're damn right.
that was awesome.
You just caught Luke.
Matt.
What?
That was chef's kiss.
Thank you.
The Ghost of the Machine. All that jazz.
Dropping the title.
Yeah.
The titular episode.
Alrighty, folks, we're going to take a short break, 15 minutes, and then we will be back. If you are enjoying tonight's stream, please follow. If you're following, consider subscribing. Do both at once. Have fun. Thank you for everyone who showed up, rated, followed. Thank you, Arctic Frost, for all the bits.
Yes. Oh, so much.
Chris Teff for your support. Everyone here, you're also lovely. Thank you so much. We'll be back in
Tell your
15.
friends. Bring your friends.
Yeah. Say, this show's really good. That DM did the thing where they use the show's title as part of the dialogue. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright. We'll be back in 15. Of travel, are there any scenes anyone would like to create? I will just tell you right now, there won't be any random encounters. I didn't roll one up. I have no interest in running one.
I'm gonna go pick a fight.
You can. I can run it. I don't
Just
mind.
for you, Chase.
It'll be an ancient white dragon. You'll have to solo it. The
Yeah.
other three will just stand there.
We'll just watch.
Scores. Any scenes?
I think after that, Sibelius is going to keep to himself for a little bit. It's a bit rough.
I'm good on scenes. That was a little heavy.
I want to ask Astra something, but I don't know if it's the right time.
Right time in character or story wise? Like, what do you mean by right time?
I guess kind of for Astra. I don't know if she's ready to answer it.
You can try her. She'll just say, I'm not ready.
Right, that's fair. Astra,
I'm not ready.
Can I ask you a
Listen.
question?
it would be a lie if I said I wasn't expecting that. She said before, she didn't tell me, like, if she had always been a hag or what she was before she was a hag.
Mm-hmm.
But she did tell me basically where she's from.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. She's from Athadia.
Right.
Yeah, what used to be known as Athadia. What is now known as Domari.
Astra, how long have you been a hag?
We'll say this is on the first night. Maybe second. Yeah, first night. You all have made camp to rest. There's a very dull fire crackling to help you keep warm. Those of you who need it. She looks at you from across the fire. since before the arresting light. No, actually, that's not true. I became a hag. Oh, no, that's true. I became a hag just before the construction of the arresting light. Draining the star was kind of my final progress. That was how I became a hag.
And what were you before that?
I was a very powerful sorceress. Not a sorcerer king, but I was a powerful practitioner of the Arcanauts who was persuaded to join Marissa's war after seeing it started as an alliance of convenience. I wanted to be more powerful. I wanted to supplant the current ruler. I wanted to be a sorcerer king. But the more I spent with the hero of Marissa, the exarch, those close to her herself, I became persuaded. I became a true believer. A hag is merely a femme, or woman, who has journeyed on their own, in their own terms, and has related, or controlled, or dominated an aspect of the multiverse, sometimes known as the natural world, and used it to transform herself using a certain, and honestly not so certain, set of rituals to unlock that power and attune to that force of nature. That's why each hag is characterized by a certain aspect. Hags of red, hags of snow, hags of green, hags of iron and stone.
Did you have any connections before you became a hag to the Anastasias?
I did not know many of the Summer Elves. That was a far western country at that time, world. I had met a few of them in passing during negotiations and such, but I did not know any of them intimately. The Vizari or Viziri kings is what we called them back then.
And you're sure that they sided with Modru?
They did. It wasn't a secret. Not back then. A lot of people sided with Modru. Half the world. It was a revolution.
Do you feel like you chose the right side of the fight?
Yes. Unequivocally. I know it seems marginal. I know it seems lateral, but if it was a lateral move, then it was like walking away from the precipice of oblivion. With each stride, millions of people were liberated. It's difficult to grasp the scale of fighting for the very existence, the very nature, the very course of things. But we did. I don't know how it could be better. We couldn't just make the world any way we wanted. You know, we're not. Marissa herself isn't an all-powerful creature. We were working within existing rules. This is.
But you broke so many things.
Yes.
Just feels like very high prices to be paid.
The alternative we knew then was crushing. I mean, at least now we can keep. I mean, this is a world where some creatures, by the very nature of their birth, are endowed with phenomenal levels of power. Others are shoemakers. Imagine that. Imagine so much being decided by your birth in that way. It's not perfect, but we at least gave humanity and humanoids and humanoid creatures an opportunity to choose and make their own bed for a change. Didn't turn out as well as I'd hoped. Thought there wouldn't be so many oppressive institutions, so many wars.
Mima once told me that a lot of people, especially with all the Sorcerer Kings and all that, a lot of people believed, and still believe, it's a common saying, that absolute power corrupts absolutely. But, Mima said, it's not that power corrupts so much as it shows you who lies underneath.
Yes.
And I don't think I ever really understood that before.
Yes.
But I'm starting to.
At least now, with the problems we face, they're human problems made by humans, with human solutions. For the most part.
Were Sorcerer Kings not really humanoid?
No, most of them weren't. Beholders, what you would now know as beholders.
Dragons?
Dragons, that's a complicated. Yes and no. that's a whole nother episode. Some dragons, yes, but dragons were often at odds with Sorcerer Kings. But yes, some dragons. The Sorcerer King was just whoever ruled that territory, or that Khan, or whatever they ruled. Khanate. Yes, beholders, mind flayers, morgoths, some forms of undead, just any creature imaginable. But no, almost none of them were humanoid.
Well, it seems like, for whatever reason, the arresting light is failing now. And one way or another, something needs to be done about that.
Yes.
I mean, I guess nothing could be done and then things would happen. One way or another, something's going to go on. But maybe there's an opportunity to alter some things. Look at this as a first draft, as it were.
What would we change?
Gilly just looks over at the soul well, because we can see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just spiraling up. I know you said you freed a lot of people from slavery by creating the arresting light. The arresting light took away a lot of choice. Isn't that a form of slavery of its own? I'm not saying it isn't different. But it sure isn't ideal.
I have to confess, I don't see it that way.
What if it had been your free will that had been stripped?
And I wouldn't be anything, would I? I'd be an echo like them.
If you think it's so important to give some folks a chance, why does it mean nothing to you that it takes chance away from others?
They aren't real anymore.
But they were, and they could be. The others weren't powerful or able to choose before, but they are now. Why are those two things so different to you?
They just are. We reshaped the walls. We made creatures into things they were no longer. I'm telling you, they just appear like what they were. They're not actually anything. They're energy. Intelligent energy. But energy. They're all dead. Just like the stars beyond.
Glitch isn't.
No. No, the system is not without irregularities.
However, Morgan brought him back. Well, brought him into the material plane. It changed things for him.
I can see that.
And look at what someone can do in the world when they're given the opportunity to choose.
Yes. Mrs. Kilgast, for example.
If you're going to give folk the opportunity to choose, there are going to be consequences of their choices. You made that decision for all of us.
Unfortunately, in this multiverse, not all choices are equal. And when you give one creature the right to choose, it takes the choice away from millions. As you were saying with Avorakesh. It's not all equal. It's not all the same. That's why when Glitch came to your world, he became a relatively successful and charming pop star. And Mrs. Kilgast broke the world. That is the calculation we made. I'm not saying it's not unsettling. I'm not saying it wasn't horrifying. But this isn't a world where we're all equal in a metaphysical sense. In this multiverse, unlike the mundane stories the bards write, in this multiverse, some creatures scale and grow to unimaginable strengths. And we constructed the arresting light to protect lesser, weaker creatures. Sits back, looks down at the fire. Perhaps we could tweak a thing or two. But they'll just be consequences of a different kind.
I know that you've been dealing with the complexities of all this for far longer than I've been aware or alive. And maybe it is just me being naive. But I can't just accept at face value that this is as good as it can get.
I think that even if we understand the way the world is, and even if we understand how ugly and uncaring it is, we still have to, perhaps, accept it for what it is. But I fought my revolution. This one's yours. Change the world as you see fit. He just stares into the fire. Night drifts away, giving rise to slightly brighter night in the land of the Cold Unending.
Brighter night.
Oh boy.
I like it.
Night.
Yeah, brighter night, colder night for sure.
Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
job, Chase.
Thank you.
Take a... No, I'm not giving you an inspiration for that.
Take
102
take a
points of damage.
D6 psychic damage, yeah.
Give me Justice's character sheet. I don't have one. You just my laptop. Just
So just for I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but
Gravity sake?
Get my stars.
yeah. So to keep track of things that are happening, but no need to role play through them unless there's something catastrophic happening in the material plane. I'm just checking in with Alric and whoever else I need to check in with using Dream.
Yeah.
So I had the opportunity to speak with 3 people the first night because I had 2 5th level spells and a 6th slot.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we wanted Druid Grove or something to keep us safe.
You don't need to.
That's what I thought.
Okay, I think that at this beat, I think you're good. Alric catches up with you, is very loving, says, we're almost ready. Who else?
So, oh god. Okay, so I think that first night I would have tried to get a hold of Alric, Cassandra, just to keep in touch,
Mhm.
and then see if we could locate a conscious form of the Queen of Dreams.
Oh, you want to cast Dream on the Queen of Dreams?
Holy shit, yes. I'm about this.
Where's
So
my
either the-
popcorn frosty?
Yeah. So either the first or second night, while we were on the same plane as the Queen of Dreams, I want to see if we can locate her and let her know we're coming and not to kill us. That would be my goal.
This is interesting. Let me think about this. I think what happens... Yeah, that makes sense. I think what happens is the spell fails. Because she is not accessible to the dreamscape because she is imprisoned. Because if she was accessible to the dreamscape, she would just leave.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's what makes
She
sense
is the
here.
Queen of Dreams. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense to me.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So if we can get into her prison and cast Dream on her, get her back to the...
Yep.
That would release her.
Yep.
That's a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be.
Queen of
Well,
Nice.
this still requires us to get into the dream.
Yeah, well.
Simpler is deal with Morgan.
Well, the nice thing is if she's the Queen of Dreams, maybe we can escape through the dream plane and get us back to...
Lord Campton did it once before you all before. You know
Yeah.
how it works.
We can do it.
We're facing off against
Cast
Monroe.
Dream on someone and then
Okay.
plane shift into their mind.
So...
Would you share that? Because would that potentially alter our plan of attack here?
So what I would bet dimes to dollars that I would have to think through that. I mean, let's see how smart Selena is immediately here. That's a 19. She's actually pretty intelligent today. So potentially.
Everyone gets one.
Yeah.
Right.
So...
Every 50 episodes or so, we get one.
That's right.
Yeah. So, if I had put that together when we got to the point of focusing on her once we got past Morgan, then yes, I would share that with you guys. So, it'll be common knowledge once we get past Morgan, because I wouldn't want to burden you with it. And then the second night, if there was anybody that we needed to contact for the three of you, I would make sure that you guys knew I was doing it, so that we could reach out to anyone else.
It'll be common information once we get past what?
Morgan.
I was saying, wouldn't that potentially change our plan of attack with Morgan?
How?
Maybe it wouldn't, but if we could release Morgan,
that'd be
release the Queen of Dreams, without addressing Morgan directly, or through the rites yet, she could at least be out before all that, and maybe potentially somebody would become an ally. She probably is not powerful enough at that point, getting released, but maybe the King of Nightmares would want some revenge against Morgan.
And he'd be open to take it. Okay, so yeah, I guess the second night I would have told you guys that I tried to contact the Queen of Dreams and I wasn't able to because her prison I would muse that her prison would keep her out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you wanted me to reach out to the King of Nightmares on that second
yeah.
night, we could do that.
Hot.
He's currently an ally, so I'm more terrified of whatever.
Such an ally, 100% ally.
Super ally.
He's
She's
down
like-
on my allies page.
So are other people.
Yeah,
Choices
listen,
have been made.
Yeah.
your allies page is not a, like,
Anyway, but yeah,
Okay.
so
Questionable.
it is questionable.
No, I told Rob his allies page is questionable.
That's right. So, would that actually change anything? Do we have any idea if it's at all viable to try to locate the prison and get the Queen of Dreams out?
I'm concerned that Morgan and Mab know that we are here.
But would they know that we're here for the Queen of Dreams?
They're
No.
intelligent creatures.
I mean, most likely wherever they're keeping her, one, we have no idea where they're keeping the Queen of Dreams. Most likely very close, since she is powerful, and they'd have to restrain her somehow if you can't dream to her. I don't know if it's avoidable not going through Morgan to get to her.
And
Or
that
even
could
Mav, for
very
that
well be
matter.
the case.
But we don't have enough information to figure that out even now. I think once we break through the gate or into the temple, maybe we can glean some more information.
Does Astra
of
have any
locations
insights? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't think she does. She just nods. She's like, yeah. It is unseasonably cold.
I thought you said nothing changes here.
That's what's so weird.
Christ.
Oh, don't come for me.
That's fucked up. I'm sure her role playing went, huh?
She's busy.
Apparently so.
I will
She's
say.
busy over at like Legends of Evangelist.
Correct. She's watching. She looks up from her phone. Huh?
Oh!
Nah.
Oh, I'm here? Fuck.
It does beg the question: how would we locate the Queen of Dreams after we have, well, if we do the rite of reincarnation on Morgan, it will
Rite of reincarnation?
what was it?
Yeah, I guess that's what you wanted to do.
Potentially, yeah.
We'll find her.
You know that Morgan was keeping her close. You
Very.
suspect she's in the oldest temple.
There you go.
Because, yeah.
So
Well,
We just
Well,
currently
we
don't
just
have
keep
enough
that-
information.
maybe just keep an eye on that situation as we get closer to the temple, and maybe if we come across an opportunity, maybe that's something we take.
precisely,
Yep.
that it might present itself while we are there.
Right.
Should focus on our current issue of getting into the temple in the first place and getting past the Guardian.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
dream?
That's
the
a whole
King of
thing.
Nightmares?
I don't think so.
That would been cool.
We will eventually. We have to check up on him after we free the Queen of Dreams, right?
I wonder what their child would be. What's between a dream and a
Moving
nightmare?
along, but
Joe would be woke.
Lucid dreams. The queen, the prince of lucid dreams. Fever dreams. This is
Maybe
the
we-
content people
This
want.
is why I killed you twice.
That comment is one of friends.
Could someone clip that, please? I'm gonna go back and do that.
We need to set up the auto clip where you like type exclamation clip. I saw that.
Yeah,
somewhere.
there's some hotkeys and stuff you can set.
Can we make
I'll
ours
just do it as if it
exclamation-
works. There we go. Done.
Can we do exclamation clippy? Can you make
No.
that happen?
I
With
see
the
you're
bot?
trying to make a clip in Twitch. Let me help you with that.
That would be great.
so that was all. It was just
Okay.
paperwork, behind the scenes stuff, so that you know I was doing it. And we
Understood.
can go from there. Otherwise, let's see. I don't know. I've got nothing.
Cool.
I have a question.
You what up?
It would probably be to Astra.
Yeah. She looks up from her phone.
She says, "Sup."
So
Since she's recall.
just nods.
And forgive me if this has come up in the game before. It's like,
It's okay.
do you know where the Great Machine originates from?
Yes, I do.
Can you share that information with me?
She sits back. She's like, when you ask me where it originates from,
She
you
says
mean
no thanks.
where?
Where does it... Was it always here? Was it in this form before the...
The simple answer is yes. It was always a thing. It is as eternal as the void beyond.
And did the creation of the arresting light change it or cause it to become what it is? Why does it...
We used it.
Oh?
Yes. Like a, I don't know, power? A pylon? Like something to filter the energies through. So, it kind of sits at the nexus of the arresting light. All light passes through it, all light goes out of it.
Like a prism.
Yes. Yes, like a prison. The metaphors are there.
No, it's
And-
the asshole of the resting light.
Does anyone,
Oh boy.
how do I put it, understand its machinations? What is its goal?
I imagine its goal is lawfulness, is stability. It's the only thing it cares about. Just like the void only cares about entropy and chaos. The machine brings order to the multiverse, and the void wishes to consume it.
It would seem that the void has been winning.
It's a big multiverse. I wouldn't say that. Life persists. But the void has had some recent successes. Why do you ask?
I'll pull out the zip-zap dagger and just kind of look at it. Toss it and catch it.
Well, great machines out there somewhere. It's a machine. We used it like a machine.
It tries to speak to me.
Yes. You likely cannot understand it.
Indeed. I feel like it is becoming, I don't know, closer to being restored.
Does it sound like it's speaking one word or complete sentences?
It's more like the same word over and over again.
I hope it's a good one.
Have I ever heard what it says, or is it just zzz?
It's just the same.
If I had,
Probably just kill.
I was gonna
kill.
just say, if I had to venture a guess, I would imagine it as saying, kill, destroy.
Oh. Well, it's probably not working as intended then. It's probably malfunctioning. Probably some artifact of some machine war killed too many voidlings, absorbed too much of the void, busted down in some way.
Thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
So, add to the to-do list, visit the
That's right.
Great
I was thinking
Machine.
it too.
Hi, Corey.
Visit the Great Machine.
You're
Get
such a
Void Dagger.
A person enters chat, I say hi to him.
That's right.
Could be anyone.
Could be
Anyone. Undocumented feature. Got it.
It's not a bug, it's a feature. That is correct,
It
actually.
is, yeah.
It is actually correct. It's called item balance.
It's true.
Is there anything else anyone wishes to do?
Not this trip for me.
Okay.
Hey, Sibelius.
I love killing. So small.
Yes. Yeah.
So small.
Wait a second, I can be smaller.
Hey, Sibelius.
Yes. This is what I needed in my life. I didn't know it until just now.
What do you need?
And you
Yeah.
some purple coffee. Gnomish coffee.
Thank you. It's good as always.
I'm glad. At least we have something consistent that's good in our lives.
Yes. That is. Haven't had a true fact in a while.
So So there's a lot to unpack here. For like you and me.
Yeah.
This is awkward. But
How so? I didn't take anyone from you.
no.
Was it my decision?
No.
Apparently
Are
my
you-
family's been shits before, they're being shits now.
Are you it's always hard to hear those sorts of things about people that you love and care about.
Thank you, Chromatic
is.
Mirror.
You,
I'm being small.
I mean, you grow up hearing all these stories, and then all of a sudden, one day goes by, a couple of hours, and you find out they're all lies. Every one of them. Half truths. Nothing clear. And what do? It's a lot to process. Think you have it figured out, and then nothing. None of the information you have is right.
Well, I haven't been through quite the same thing, but I didn't know that my parents made me through a fade deal
True.
and that I wasn't actually what I thought I was. And that, you know, Trilly is supposed to become a hag and then that my parents were all embroiled in Dupla's nonsense.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
So I know that it's a lot to process, but you know, your choices are yours.
They are. But
What your parents or your grandparents or their grandparents did doesn't have to influence you.
it doesn't. It definitely doesn't. And I try to think it hasn't. I try to think I make my own choices, but still, it's just itching in the back of your mind, your ass.
Sorry, I'm just getting smaller. It's fine.
Your ancestor always plays. It's always there, itching in the back of your mind. Like, but we just have to keep moving forward. Powering forward. There's nowhere else to go.
Kind of have to ask though, knowing what we know now. That blade,
Yes.
it doesn't like force you to kill things like Justice's dagger or anything, does it? Is
No.
it cursed?
I don't
Is
believe
it
so.
like talking to you?
I don't
Telling you to
think
do
so.
shit that you don't want to do?
No. It
Are you
isn't.
sure?
Yes, I'm
Are you
pretty
lying
sure.
to me?
Would you like to hold
Is
it?
he lying to me?
He's telling the truth.
Okay.
Would you like to hold it, Gilly?
No, I don't want to hold that thing. It's as big as I am.
Very true.
Don't.
But no, it is not cursed. As far as I can tell. It is not.
Quit it. 50 DKP, Mike. It's a good seed, and you shit for brains.
You know how many scenes they've ruined for me?
Fair.
Payback.
There, now Swords Fall joining in. Alright.
Yeah, that's right. Put the paper in your head. Shut us up felt like I had to do to you. Work on it.
Ooh. We're just dragging ourselves at this point, fuck. Drag.
Drag.
Alright.
Oh, thank you, Swordsfall, for the subscription.
Cute.
Thank you so
A
much.
man who needs no introduction,
That's right.
Swordsfall. But if
That's
you
right.
don't know who he is, check him out on Twitter. Absolute terrific human being.
That's
Great
right.
creator of the coming RPG setting, Swordsfall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Great community member and all
Yeah.
of that. Where the hell were we? I get so lost
Have to
these
keep
days.
We just have to keep moving forward.
Right.
We have tasks ahead. You can't sit and just focus on the path.
Legends, thank you so much
We
for the
love you.
raid.
I'm
Thank
sorry, I'm
you.
being small.
Yeah, we're trying to have a dramatic scene, but well,
Well, it's actually good, even
It's
though
a
I'm
good-
being
it's so
silly.
it's a good scene. Legends of Brat Switch, you're damn right.
That's right. You're welcome for
Legends
that.
of Brat
Legends of a
Switch.
Brat Switch is in the house with Dom's priority.
It's Dom's priority.
It is
Dom's
Dom-December.
So good to
Do
see
something
people.
nice for your Doms.
I met we met a lot of Legends people at PAX, and they're just lovely. We met the
love
whole
all of
cast
you.
and people from their community.
All right, hang on. You gotta give it up.
You gotta give it up. Wait, I'm on Dice Priority, not my own account.
I've got him.
Thanks. It was big. It's a
Great.
big sword.
The thing is as big as I am, and I don't want to hold it. That's what I said.
It's a very long rapier.
That's what I said.
Continue, actors.
Okay. I just, sorry. It's, fair question.
I don't know. After what we've seen with Justice's dagger.
Greater restoration.
You didn't. You didn't.
On some night before we're resting, yes, I did.
I need you to roll. Well, here we go.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh no!
I need you to roll.
Uh-huh.
Yep, here we go. I need you to roll a
Counterspell?
charisma check.
Me?
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Oh my
I'm gonna
god!
say you were caught off guard.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
This is not good.
No, not as such.
And I'm probably sleeping, being the only human.
Right.
26?
She
What
just-
happened?
She just got real.
You quickly, and you can see Sylvius is startled, and he goes to try to counterspell and kick back, but unfortunately you grab onto his wrist and cast Greater Restoration, and there's just this kind of quake,
Oh my god.
and then from his back,
Oh God!
No.
Oh
he's
no!
kind of warning right now for body Tor void creature
So
from merging from your spine, the void creature that's been sitting there.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Like, just a week, guys.
I didn't know! This is what happened!
Unfortunately, since this is an
I
early
really didn't know it was a thing!
birth, Sylvius, I need you to make a Constitution saving for that.
It's
Oh,
an
no.
early birth.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
really not great.
No, not as such. Cool. Nat 1.
Oh my
You take
god.
55
total.
points of bursting damage.
Wow, John
Oh,
hurt in the house!
Of birthing damage.
Whoa.
Bursting.
birthing is
Would I have had the temp?
Yeah, I mean, she's been keeping that up.
Okay.
Just in case we get
Alright.
ambushed.
Oh my goodness.
I'm hurt, but keep up.
I don't have a map for this one.
You guys have joined us at a good time.
So the void creature that's been incubating in your spine after the bargain you made with the god of the void,
Mm-hmm.
one of the gods of the void,
Yep.
burst out.
In the middle of
And as it does, this kind of long-legged, almost pure skeletal-like
we're in the
expression.
hut too.
Yeah, pale
Oh,
white.
it's in the hut.
It has like the kind of skin and texture you would expect from a creature that dwells in pure darkness. It's kind of pale white and almost translucent. It seems to be mostly made of bone with a very slight layer of skin, so you can kind of see through it. Its eyes are kind of dull and socketed, and with empty sockets, and its claws that form at the tip of these wings are very long, and the kind of spine-like structure of wings, the vestigial wings that are forming, well, not vestigial, wings that are forming this thin membrane around them, and this kind of skeletal pear-like structure with these this spine that comes to a long viperous tail, whips around, and it flies up. And it flies up about 180 feet into the sky.
Oh my god.
You are all surprised. And it seems to just be fleeing.
I'm probably not doing much of anything except laying forward and screaming as my back's torn open.
Correct. And you are going to be very, very injured from that. Now, it didn't replace your spine, technically.
Yeah,
It just growing around it.
Yeah.
But you are severely injured.
Okay, so this is happening, so I'm gonna mark off that 5th level spell slot real quick.
What are we doing, guys?
Keeps flying.
I say, Astra!
It's getting away.
Should we stop it?
And it just,
Can we?
I'm gonna fly after it.
okay.
Oh.
So I grab the edge of my bat wings and soar after it. I'm gonna cast haste on myself if I can.
If he's gonna fly after it, I'm going to try and provoke it with Eldritch Blast because I have 240 feet.
I will allow you to make your attacks.
Oh my god.
So it's going to be 180
This is
feet
what we're
ahead of
doing.
you.
Okay.
Its fly speed is 90.
When I'm
Let's do
hasted, I
this.
think my speed
You do
is
270
right.
because you dedicate all your stuff and
Right.
actually
It's more.
60.
Yeah.
360 feet with all your actions, bonus action, hasted action.
So I can catch up to it in less than a turn, in half a turn, right? I could like
It is
standard to cast.
so it would be 3. You catch up to it in a so you cast it and then you move and then you'd be there.
Okay.
I'll let you we'll say 1 hasted action or 1 full
Sure.
action.
Sure.
Would I be able to get a magic missile patch off of it? You said it's 120 feet away, which is the range.
180, 90 and 90.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, so one thing at a time. I'm gonna say Selena gets her
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast off first.
Okay,
I don't know what music to
25.
play for this. I'm playing this. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that didn't
So, let's see.
That didn't work. Come on.
Alright.
Roll 22 in this thing lately where it won't play the music.
I do have something I can do though.
All right, we'll do one thing at a time.
I'm waiting.
Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh.
I've got a 25, a 22, and a 9.
Yeah, the 9 definitely doesn't hit. The other 2 do.
Okay, 10 points of Eldritch Blast damage.
3 beams, wild green beams, fly at the creature, and you hear it.
Does that provoke it to come back?
Doesn't seem to. You see it start to spin in the air. It stops and it begins to spin around. Go ahead, Justice.
First attack is a 25.
That'll hit. So this will be 2 attacks from your main action, I'd say.
Right. I can't get stunning. There's no way for me to get what would you call it? Sneak attack. I don't think. So, so blade and electricity.
Oh, wow.
That is 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Stunning strike.
That's what happens when we keep
So 25.
Makes it.
Oh.
Second attack
Yep.
is a 20. Is higher.
Yep.
Uh, 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Stunning strike.
27.
Yep. He made it.
Yep.
It's not gonna fail that shit. That doesn't sound like. Oh no. Okay, that was my turn.
So you, and the creature kind of spins around whenever you come at it. It unfurls its wings yet again as it spins. It cries out at you. What would you like to do?
So, Slate Storm.
Okay. 20.
Yeah, it succeeds.
Okay.
Probably hits Justice too, though.
If you can. guy, I don't know if you can.
That's up
What's
to you.
the range?
It is a 40-foot cylinder, 20 feet tall,
But what's the range of the spell?
150 feet.
Oh, yeah, no, you'd have to hit him because you wouldn't backshot it.
That's
Go
what
ahead
I'm
and make
saying.
a
I don't think I can backshot.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I don't have anything that gives me advantage on this, but I have a +9. That's a 20.
You make it.
Yeah, you're good.
So a torrent of sleet just comes down, and you're kind of accosted by it. You're like, good God! And you spin around as the creature unfurls its wings. Sylvius, what are you doing?
Laying on the ground, screaming.
Can I bonus
Probably
action
at
healing
least.
word?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give him a first level at least to start.
So you're kind of disoriented,
Wow.
screaming on the ground with this big gaping wound in your back that is trying to heal, and you hear a gentle healing word.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's my healing word. Sorry.
How much are you healing for?
Oh yeah, I have to roll it because Beacon of Hope isn't up.
Yeah.
9 points of healing.
Okay, so you get a gentle little word of healing. It's kind of find really good, like kind of a cold, wet rag on your forehead.
Are we
So-
still trying to stop this thing?
I'd probably say I'm probably disoriented this turn.
Okay.
Completely.
I think
Just
that's
wouldn't
fair.
probably do
Yeah,
anything.
that makes sense.
You shout that out.
Just the shock.
Yeah.
Yeah. On this creature's turn, they are going to cast Plane Shift.
Oh no.
You can't, you're not within 60 feet.
No, I'm
Mage
just
Slayer?
checking to see because I know Sleet Storm affects spells, but I think it's only
I
concentration.
believe it is only concentration.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me check one thing.
This thing is a mission.
That's a 27 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Stunning strike.
I'm double checking that it's not just an on your turn thing, and it's definitely not. 28.
15 points of damage.
15. So you can see that this thing has some kind of mission priority. It has a goal, and now that it's been born early, it's still quite formidable. You're not sure how long it had left to gestate, but it has now been robbed of that time. And it unfurls its wings, and it's just gone.
I cast Sending to glitch.
Okay.
Voidling just left Suvelius's spine. Plane shifted. Is that one or two words?
I'll give it to you.
Hyphenated.
Guessing to material plane. It looks nasty. Keep an eye out. Seems determined for something. I miss you, love Gilly.
And with that, the creature leaves, having successfully escaped, I guess.
Oh no! Are you adding a new tracker?
I will when I get a minute.
Shit!
Mm.
Oh no!
Well, choices.
Wow!
Welcome to the Ghost of the Machine, folks. If you're enjoying tonight's stream, please throw us a follow. If you're already following, consider subscribing. If you're super generous, give some subscriptions.
I will fly back to the group and say, and land. Ending the flight at the very apogee of my free fall or my slow fall, so it just looks super cool when I fall like 40 feet and don't take any damage. It won't let me follow more. You know what, Swordfall?
We are huge fans of you, and it's just a treasure that you're in here. We talk about you a lot.
More than is healthy.
We maintain a respectful distance.
That's right.
If you were to create Brennan, if you were to create like 10 more accounts and then just follow us with all of them, that would work.
Swords fall.
Unless
fall,
that's against the
69.
terms of service for us to suggest that, then don't do that.
Correct. Just kidding. Satire.
Oh no. I will come back and say what happened. Where did that thing come from?
Another healing word. Civilians, it came from your spine. 10.
It did.
How did? What?
It. When we're in the void, there's this old guy in a chair. It was before Vorgash. We needed something, some advantage. I thought I could control it, and I was. But it didn't help us at all in the end. We still failed. And now, this.
Where is it heading?
I have no idea on anything.
So you made a deal to carry a voidling creature inside of your body into the prime material, into
It.
Gilly.
We needed every leg up, every advantage we could get. And even with that, we still failed. So.
Gilly is
Here we are.
recasting the hut because she had to leave it in order to cast spells.
So I'll cast Healing Spirit. So it's
10d6.
10. Yep.
That's hot.
I was gonna walk us through that, but thank you, Matt. So roll 10d6.
Third level it'd be 20d6. At fourth level,
I don't know if that was 10, but
30d6. At fourth level, it's 40d6.
Pretty hot.
Or whatever. Yeah. Fifth level. Whatever. Yeah.
Is there anyone else that we should warn?
I was sleeping.
She's just getting this gun kind of relaxed. What the fuck was that?
don't forget the 2.
Perfect. So
I'll look to Gilly. I said, perhaps we should warn.
20, 22, 32.
Perhaps we should warn our other allies in the material plane. We have no idea what his motivations are.
I sent a message to Glitch. Do I know if it got to Glitch?
Oh, that's an excellent point.
Because I know there's a chance that it
Just roll a d20, and if you get a 1, it doesn't go. And
Okay.
this halfling luck doesn't apply, or it's a percentage dice.
It is a 16.
Then you're good. So Glitch will reply, "Oh my god, that's horrifying. I'll let the guards know, because I'm something, I'm helping. Oh god, just get back safe." You all really need to stop doing things with the void.
We're trying, but our DM won't let us.
Hey, I only offered.
Selena's gonna sit back at the other end of the hut from Sibelius and basically look at him with hands clasped, taking up as little space as possible and trying to be not as angry as possible. He offered you an egg too.
I mean, I don't think this was an egg. It was more of a long snake-like creature. But
Same purpose.
like I said, at the time, I thought we needed the advantage.
What kind of idiot?
One that honestly has nothing left to lose at this point.
An entitled, rich, pompous ass.
Is this when you had been damaged? And you were suddenly better?
Yes.
That is what he gave you.
It was not that when I had it. When he gave it. Much, much smaller.
Dilly is still just,
But
casting the hut. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Solves the death.
Someone in chat just said sons of daddy.
He's a daddy.
Because you gave birth to a voice actor.
You're gonna have to go visit him on his birthday.
Hey, you have family now.
Oh, wow!
You have something to live for.
A child.
Well, in more ways than
Technically
one.
is an Anastasia.
Yeah,
He is.
especially for
Oh,
a lot of
boy.
reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna name him?
Great.
Your family has a lot of wins.
Yeah. It's
Spiny.
not great.
His name is
Spiny
Spiny.
Anastasia.
Aw.
Can I put him under allies?
I mean, you put other shit under allies that is.
Sure, put Spiny Anastasia under allies.
There you go. Just make it more questionable. It's fine.
I'll look to Astra. Do you know anything of this type of creature?
No, that one looked new. Specialized. I mean, there are literally endless types of creatures in the void, but that was really something. That looked like some kind of apex predator.
Yeah, he said said the adjacent thing. He sure did.
What?
It just.
It feels so much like Alien.
Yeah, exactly. A
And
lot
then
of
he's a
exactly.
predator.
Even the
Which
description
is
of
why
it.
I love it so
Yeah.
much.
It's a xenomorph.
It
Yeah, it
sure is.
Like the baby one.
One that can fly.
Yeah,
God.
it sure is not great.
Reminds me of the one that's scored in the.
I actually forgot you have to take acid damage when you cut into it.
That's fine.
Oh no.
We'll figure that out later.
Well, that's a
Oh
thing.
wow.
We'll say I avoided it.
There's no avoiding, it's like the troll.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite. I should say. This cannot stop our mission.
No, but it certainly makes it harder. I'm gonna sulkily go back to sleep.
Astra says, tomorrow's problem is tomorrow's problem. We have a mission to complete.
Can't you phone into the home machine office? Is there a voice machine to take your call?
The ghost in the voice machine. No.
Horror of the 90s.
You've reached the ghost.
I haven't seen.
We are not here right
You've
now.
reached.
I have not seen the Great Machine since we constructed the Arresting Light. I don't even know where it is. It's a secret.
Okay. Cool. So, will it detect that there's an incursion?
Unfortunately not, because it's not really an alien creature, is it, anymore? It's got parts of the mortal plane in it. It was born by gestating inside a mortal creature. So no, the machine won't be detecting it anytime soon. It's a hybrid, a ghost in the machine.
The titular episode.
Yeah. Explained it all already. Don't make me do the dramatic thing again.
It's not real. but it is now.
Now this one is real. This one has the ability to choose.
So
This is
we
the
were just-
metaphor.
it's all been.
Are we to believe?
Maybe it's a citizen.
It'll apply for citizenship, and Gish should probably get accepted.
Yes, of course.
It's not actually the worst citizen.
Right now. A model citizen.
So, Sphelius?
Yes.
Yeah, that thing we were just talking about right before that happened, about your choices being your own.
That was Astra.
It sure was.
Hand her a cup of tea.
No. Like I said, I made a choice at the time, and it was definitely a wrong one. There's nothing we can do about it now.
Well. Are poor choices genetic?
I say Gilly.
Huh.
Certainly finding this out.
I'll say Gilly. Browbeating him about it now is not going to put it back inside of him.
I'm not attempting to browbeat. Sorry. Just,
I would say we should take this moment, if there's anyone else besides Glitch that we should warn. We do not know what his target is or what the motivations of the man in the chair are. I'm not sure if there's even anything that they could do, but perhaps that is the best that we can do at this moment. And then deal with it once our business here is done.
It'll be easy to figure out if it went to the material plane once we're back there. I've technically met it, so I can scry for it now. And as long as it's on the same plane as me, I will know that it's on that plane. If it's on a different plane, I won't be able to find it.
I sure expect it to be there.
Well, we can prove it.
I guess I'm going to... Jeez, who else? Oh!
There won't be any encounters along the way.
Nope, not on one.
Whoops.
Can I attack a random?
I didn't plan any encounters.
That was that was so clutch. She's just like reflexive. Good restoration. I'm gonna get you.
I mean,
I sure hell wasn't expecting it, so I don't think Sibelius was.
it's
No,
not the
not
first
as
time that Gilly is just like gone, because she did it to her mom before. She's just went, just checking.
Just checking.
So who else do we need to reach out to?
Well, we could try, I don't know, what do you think? Should we try, like, Lord Campton?
That could be good. Someone with influence. We just need to inform our allies as best possible. I do not know what the motivations of this creature or what mission it would be on. Think, if I were a void god, who would I attack?
I don't know. My head already hurts. Well, Glitch would inform some folk, primarily Mima, right? I mean, it's not unreasonable to assume that he would inform, like, Mima, maybe Alric, if he was with Alric, or...
Yep. He said, I'll inform some people since I'm helping out.
Okay. So maybe, yeah, we inform some people that he might not be aware to inform.
Indeed. That would be my best guess. Short of that, there's nothing we can do.
So, like, Lord Campton, maybe Silwyn? Wait, was that his name? Am I making that up?
No, someone's right.
Silwyn is right, okay.
Depends who you're trying to talk about. But yes,
Salty's character.
Yes, so.
Yes.
So could I read a situation based on our group knowledge? To
Always start in the fiction. We don't use the abilities. We don't. That's not how they work. So what is it that you're wondering?
So I want to. I know this is what it says, but I want to take the history of everything we know of the Whispering Father and what is currently happening on the material plane, and try to connect those two dots.
And the question would be like, what do we think this creature wants, or what its mission is?
What its mission is, who it answers to, and or who it might be trying to hurt.
Okay. I would say. I would say, given that you're not actually, it's not. I will say, go ahead and roll. We'll double checking something. Go ahead and roll history. We'll play it this way.
Okay. Not great at history, but we'll see what happens.
I'm trained. Can I assist her?
Sure.
I'm not
If I'm-
necessarily asking for help.
Never mind.
But as you guys are trying to figure it out amongst yourselves, I'm trying to figure it out in my head. So that's a 13.
Okay. So what I will say is, you know who's pulling the character's strings. I would say it will modify what's the biggest threat. Like, what's this the biggest threat to? The Whispering Father wants, the void, and most of its creatures that will often want to penetrate the arresting light. And so the void would be after whatever creatures are most vulnerable to maintaining that, who are most responsible, who have the biggest role to play in that. So right now that would be, perhaps even maybe a Voragash.
Yep, it
Yeah.
sure would.
Yeah.
Which is what I was wondering, if that might actually do a thing.
I kind of thought about that.
Oh, wow.
And then if you could ever find the machine and destroy it, that would do a good job. So both of those things, that's what I'll say. Answering, what's the biggest threat here?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So
This whole situation is just amazing.
Wow.
Deeply ungood.
I can't wait to see what that countdown timer looks like.
Well, I don't have one that's all tentacles, so.
Yeah. Alexis could help you with that.
Thank you, Lone Garden. It was very nice to meet you at PAX U. Great guy.
so I will come back out of my sulking quietness. Not that we want this to be to our advantage, not that we want to leave this thing alone, but it's out to destroy the arresting light so that the void can take over. And the biggest pillars to that right now is a Voragash, Ravenous, Ravis.
Ravanos.
We'll get there
The
eventually.
two of you, that side of the table, can't name anything for shit.
Nope, but
Neither
it's
can I.
always fantastic.
Spiny.
Dr. Niska.
Hooter tooter.
And allies, enemies, I don't think it has a side or a purpose except for to destroy the arresting light.
The voidling. I think we're alone now.
Crawling up behind a Voragash doesn't seem to be anyone around. The gnashing of my wings is the only sound. As you guys come back to complete ruin. It's not that
Has a
strong
new
yet.
spine.
So, as you all sit there, gather around a lonely light in the darkness of this expansive, cold world, trying to understand everything that's transpired in this day with the very meanings and these cosmic forces that you seem to be dealing with as the Prism, as these heroic figures of this world. We are going to go ahead and call it there for the night. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Go ahead and just thank everyone, shout them out. We're going to do a little Q&A. Chat if you have questions. We should ask questions of each other. We'll just chat about the session for a little bit and then close out. I didn't plan the encounter right then and there, is what I mean to say.
Yeah, that's right.
So I will thank some of
Also
the people.
didn't plan it with the younger version of the thing.
Yes.
It's been great to see Kristoff in chat. It's been really awesome for Frosty. All the bits were really wonderful. Lone Guard, hope you're still around. Kristoff, thank you for the bits.
Thank you so much. Oh,
Thanks, guys, for all the raids. I mean, who all was it?
folks.
Oh my god, so many.
Folks, sorry, yes. Who all raided? I've lost
Oh
count.
gosh.
So Chromatic Chimera
Legends.
and Legends of
Legends.
Evantris and
The-
there was one before that.
like-
That's right.
Not great RPG or something.
That's
Yeah.
right. That
Yeah.
was
Not
it.
great RPG.
Swordfall. It's
Thanks,
great to see you.
Sourcefall, for hanging out.
Yeah.
And
This was a lore droppy and
Yeah.
trippy as
Intense.
fuck episode.
Listen, this
the
episode,
titular episode.
This session was a lot.
Yeah.
I got to fight Sorrowsworn, which one was fantastic because they are great. They're really supremely ungood, but I really
We're just
we
talking
were
about all the
thanking
raids.
people for raids. We really appreciate. I really appreciate being able to fight them finally because that was really neat.
Yeah.
And then the lore,
Thank you.
and then that.
Mm-hmm.
Greater restoration.
Oh,
well, I
listen.
almost did that too.
Because
I'm
you're
coming
doing it
out
for
of the
the
void.
sword.
He asked me not to.
Yeah,
I
no,
almost
I
did
didn't
it
even
coming out of
remember
the
it.
void just because.
Like, oh no.
It would have been a lot
I knew you
smaller
had the
then.
thing. I didn't know a
I
greater
was,
restoration was going to set it out of your body.
Yeah.
He hasn't been great arrested since
Correct.
we came very close, and he said, "No, I'm good," and she's like, "Okay, fine."
Yep.
And that was the last time that ever came up.
But like, neither Alexis nor Gilly knew that would be a trigger.
Well,
Holy shit.
Yep.
That was wild.
that was incredible. I was speechless.
Waiting for you to be charmed by something so I could greater restore you and uncharm you.
See, that's the thing
Oh,
is,
God.
I haven't with all the stuff with the blade that resists charm, as well as being able to resist charm. Like the chances of getting actually charmed are really low.
It's cosmically low. You can't be charmed. You're invincible.
Basically,
You're
invincible. I'm invincible.
Sure you are.
So yeah, if chat has any questions, if we have any questions for each other, and we'll just chat, we'll just keep chatting about the session. Feel free to ask.
Yeah, and then we'll raid someone after, yeah?
Yeah. We'll just decompress here a little bit with everyone.
I did write him down under family in my book.
I mean,
Spiny?
technically.
Spiny
Perfection.
Anastasia. Son?
Do you plan to be in Spiny's life?
Oh,
I hope
boy.
so. He ran away.
Gonna find him.
Oh boy.
Little Spiny. He didn't mean no harm.
Oh.
Didn't think there was anything that could pull this druid out of like the sadness and depression in this little corner of the world coming to an end. Except for the anger at you being an idiot.
We'd love to do that Swords Fall.
Yeah.
You get started, and we will raid you, buddy.
Yes.
raid.
Let's do
That's
it.
hot.
We're ready. Stick around and chat. Viewers, we're gonna raid Swordsfall.
That's right.
Everybody gets going.
Matthew, I
Yeah.
have a question for you.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So, as a fellow DM, I'm like pumping myself up. I like to consider
It's
us
more a
equals.
comment than a question.
As a fellow DM of equal caliber, yeah, you know.
I've been to enough panels like this. What's your question?
As you start, like some of these are like obviously very big moments, and like I can tell like some of the scenes where like you've put a lot of thought into them. When like they occur like this, do you find yourself to be like nervous to reveal them? I find myself to be nervous.
Only, no. Usually no. I've never. There are some things that do make me nervous. Early on in episodes, especially when you're first getting started, absolutely. Because I just didn't realize the phenomenon of being watched. But we're 56 episodes in. I don't care. I love and I'm passionate about everything we do. I don't get nervous in the same way that.
Do you get an adrenaline rush?
I get focus. I get hyper focus. So yeah, I think it is adrenaline.
Okay.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I get hyper focused. I do get nervous sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, I like to practice scenes. I like to practice lines, and sometimes in the moment I'm like, and no matter how many times I practice or how good I am at public speaking, I'll always have like a slight sentence change, word vomit, and I'll just kind of roll my eyes inward. Doesn't matter. It's just DM things. Like you always say the wrong thing.
Right.
At the time I was like breast instead of breath. I was like, thank you for that. Thank you, word vomit.
Hey,
for that.
it gave us some really great,
Yeah.
really great like this action.
Yeah, thanks for the question. Yeah, I just I love doing it, so it doesn't bother me. That's how I work.
Yeah.
I had fun. I'll just like kind of say, maybe positive as a question. I'm the DM, so I'm the panel. I'm the moderator, so I get to say statements.
Oh,
No.
Sure. Okay.
I enjoyed having the break because it gave me the opportunity to piece some of this stuff together, and it's nice to see you all react warmly to it because I think what I'm trying to do here is like I take D&D on its terms, but I'm trying to be like match what the hell ever D&D is to like what I roughly assume life is, and like kind of match the metaphors, you know. So like void is like a metaphor for like the awareness of the meaningless of life, like the awareness of that life is that the only thing that matters in life is your choices. It's a basic existentialism, and I'm like, okay, what does that look like in a fantasy world? And that's kind of my whole thing behind this campaign, like my basic understanding of what the hell's going on, and like, okay, how does that translate into monsters, killing monsters? Because I just kind of take D&D as it is. Awesome, buddy.
Do we want to talk about favorite moments before we
Yeah,
break?
let's go ahead and start winding now. We'll close out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Start us off roughly in reverse order, Rob.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh god, I'm just scattered right now. Yeah,
You and your
favorite
spine
moment.
both.
God, there's so many good moments. I guess just having my spine get ripped out. That was quick and intense, and yeah.
Cool.
Are we also doing like who we are and all that, or are we just talking?
Yeah, go for it.
You wanna?
Yeah, Rob, Pyromancer804. Follow me on Twitter if you want. I'll be DMing Droshkin Christmas Carol on the 19th, on next Thursday.
I'm so excited.
It'll be fun. We'll have all these lovely people and one extra guest.
Rudolph.
That's right. That's right. The guest is Matthew.
Sorry, I've been promoted to guest.
Been promoted to guest number 2.
Hi. I'm Alexis at Vox Fanato. I just made in-game choices.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see where they lead and also terrified to see where they lead. Okay, favorite moment?
Mm-hmm.
Apart from the little Great Restoration. Apart from that, I'm even wearing my tentacle ring today.
That's what did it.
I wear it a lot. It's not really what did it, but it's fitting.
I was going to say, is this a day that ends in Y? She's wearing tentacles.
Yeah, it's probably true. I would have to say I really liked getting a chance to talk to Astra sort of about like the complexity, like just the complexity of that decision and like why she made the choices that she did and whether or not she still stands by them and that sort of stuff. Yeah. That conversation was really good. It's like there are no right answers.
No, not really.
There are some answers that are less bad than others, but there are just like no right answers.
Yeah.
It's a lot of what this whole campaign is, just a lot of gray area, and while you do the best you can at the time that you can do it, and you just deal with the consequences as they come.
Correct.
Just like life.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Chase.
Hi, my name is Chase. You can find me at Chase314S on
God.
Twitter.
I didn't get a chance to change your handle on the thing.
My new and improved handle. Yeah, ignore that. Take that thing that you see below, reverse it, and put an S on the end of it. That's my new handle.
More
It's so simple. How
You can find Chase314 everywhere. I would say my favorite moment, and it's just more of an observation, and maybe this isn't even how you did it. I enjoyed like the conversations with Astra about like what the people are and they don't have choice. Like obviously strong architect vibes from the Matrix. I really enjoyed that. I don't know if that's what you were going for, but yes.
No, not a huge influence, but I mean, the Matrix and the Wachowskis were influenced by existential philosophy.
I felt like there's a cognitive dissonance in Astra in terms of they're not real, they're just ghosts until they maybe pass through the prism and oh wait, now they're real, now they have choice. And every once in a while one has choice. And I just feel like she's got a little bit of cognitive dissonance going.
I would say it's not cognitive for me. It could be cognitive dissonance for me. I think of it more as dialectical thinking. Just because ideas are opposed doesn't mean they're in conflict.
Interesting.
It's a pretty healthy and adaptive way to for some people. It's what's worked for me. But it's entirely possible that those things require cognitive dissonance, because what else are you gonna do? the very constructs of life. Liz.
This was a great episode to join us and have fun with.
Yeah. Pete Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah.
And everything.
It's always a roller coaster. So we have our serious moments. We have our funny moments. We break ourselves. We break chat. You guys make that so much fun there in chat. So it was great to see all the voices, see all the new names. So thank you for joining us. And you can find me at this handle below. It's read it backwards. Ignore everything Jace has done.
Read
it's
a couple
what
S's
you know
on the
backwards.
This table is backwards.
You know
Mine's
That's all I
fixed
have to
now.
say.
Mine's perfect now.
I was a very clever shit of a teenager and decided that I was going to make my name backwards. And you know what? It's been available on every site. So, I've not, you can find me pretty much anywhere.
The raid.
Oh, is it gone?
Well,
Okay.
no, we
No.
only have a certain amount of time
that's
before it
it.
goes
That's-
automatically.
That was all I had.
Okay. Cool.
Did you have a favorite moment, real quick?
The French, the talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Active listening. Yeah, it's hard.
That
I
was
missed
my
like
favorite
half of
moment,
something
too.
in earlier.
It's
Oh,
cool.
the drag off.
We go ahead and show love to Swordsfall, great
Yes.
content creator
Yes.
and
So good.
all around good bean. Enjoy his stream. We will catch you next week in the Wonderful World of Edda, and check out Big Boy Season Friday night, 9:30 p.m.
And Alexis' attempts start before that.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my god.